And with their same-day service and competitive pricing, they'll help make sure all your players are doing their part. Call now at 266-PIPE or visit online at SuperiorPipeUSA.com today. Go Dogs!
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top-performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Lusner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
Hey Bulldog fans, Lynn's Restaurant Group, a proud partner of Fresno State Athletics, has launched a brand new app. With over 8 locations like J-Pot, Ramen Hayashi, and Hino Uishi, the app brings
your home of the San Francisco 49ers, 1430 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader, KFIG Fresno Sports Center.
I'm Nick Toluca, back at it tonight in the NBA. Banner night in Oklahoma City. The defending champion Thunder hosting the Rockets in Kevin Durant's debut. Thunder's the favorites to win the 2026 NBA title on ESPN. Bet coverage tonight beginning at 7 Eastern here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Warriors and Lakers opening up their seasons tonight as well. No, LeBron set to miss his first opener in his 23-year career. ESPN's Bobby Marks on a big year for LeBron and Luka.
Even though Los Angeles is probably one of the biggest storylines here, just based on Luka on one end, LeBron on the other end. We know he would be a free agent. There's no question about that. And how do they manage that going forward?
Marks on Clinton and friends. Knicks opening up tomorrow against the Cavaliers. Ruled out forward Mitchell Robinson and guard Josh Hart, should say, for the game tomorrow against Cleveland, while the Angels are hiring Kurt Suzuki as the team's next manager.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again. In anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, man. Is it hard to believe sometimes still, the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. I'm super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, here on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon, October 21st for you here, live on 1430 ESPN. Good to have you. Good to be here. Excited to bring you another great edition of Behind the Bench. 3 full hours today. We haven't said that in a while, but we have 3 full hours today for you, programming-wise, talking-wise, sports talk for you to be a part of. Can't wait to bring it to you. Big thanks to Tony D, of course, who tossed it to us from the previous hour. Tony D Show, the Sportsline Bulldog Hour with Tony D from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekdays. You can tune in live and on demand on the 1430 ESPNFresno.com website and the ESPN Fresno app. Download it today on your smartphone. You can listen to his show. You can listen to my show. You can listen to Paul Menner's show, the Central Valley Sports Report, which is live as there as well on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon, that you can listen to from the comfort of your own phone. Good to be here, like I said. Lee's Air Plumbing, Heating, and Roofing sponsors the Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430. The way to get into our show, 559-320-1430. The way to reach our show. Very, very warm temps for today, but we'll have a steep drop-off by tomorrow. 84 degrees is the temp for today, and we will then get into potential rain overnight. Is that what I'm seeing? Potential rain tomorrow, and actually in the afternoon hours tomorrow. So from a high of 84 today to a high of 69 tomorrow, and then we'll be hovering around those 70-degree temperatures for quite some time. 72 degrees looks like the game time temp for Fresno State against San Diego State. So we'll look at that as we keep going closer and closer to the game tonight, or game that weekend. Of course, we got some games tonight. The NBA underway in a matter of minutes here, about an hour away from the NBA. And I wonder if I can do this quickly on the air here. I wonder if I can just get us in the mood. Get us in the mood right now. There we go. We got our producers, Tanvir, Daniel here as well. Boy, we missed the NBA, haven't we? It's a big NBA show as the Lakers get going. Guys, how are we doing on this NBA opening night Tuesday?
Doing good. I'm so happy that my voice is being in front of this great theme. I never thought it would happen, but yeah.
Thanks to Jorge on the producing
back.
side.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, NBA's back. Daniel, are you excited about the NBA as well?
Oh, definitely. It's something I've been waiting for. My team might have got bounced out early in the playoffs last year, but I still love basketball.
I don't even know what your team is, Daniel. Tell me what your team. Who's your team again?
The Clippers.
The Clippers. That's right. That's why I forget. But then I reminded, oh yeah, that's right. You were telling us so much you didn't want to hear about aspiration and all that great stuff as we start with the NBA's banner evening. We talk about the biggest scandal we've seen so far. But come on, it's the NBC night tonight. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is our first time hearing this tune. We're ready to roll. I don't know how legally we can play this, how long it is. But I'm just going to let it roll. If we get the cease and desist, it's fine. But guys, NBA begins tonight. I'll fade it out here as we get rolling. But the NBA is back. NBA on NBC is back tonight. Of course, NBA on 1430 is back with your local broadcast, John Ireland and Michael Thompson on the call tonight for Lakers basketball here on 1430. Lakers and Warriors tonight, 6:45. Pregame with a 7 p.m. tip. Of course, OKC and Houston is the game that preludes it in terms of the beginning of tonight. As I do this conversation to start, first of all, a reminder that we got 3 hours today. We'll talk all about the NBA. We'll talk NFL as well. We'll talk Fresno State. Ace is going to come in the final hour. Very newly minted Laker fan, just strictly because I think his girlfriend's a Laker fan. So his understanding of basketball, I would say, is minimum to none. And that's no offense to him. I just don't want to put him in a bad position. So we'll do all the frontage of the NBA talk here at the beginning of this show. But NBA begins tonight. Big storylines, certainly. I don't know if we have the deepest NBA season coming into this one with all the injuries that came out of the carnage of the postseason, especially on the East Conference side. We will have, I think, maybe the most unpredictable conference in the NBA in terms of the Eastern Conference, from what I look at it. On the West, bloodbath, knife fight everywhere. It's going to be like the Anchorman fight 2.0 in terms of who is going to get out of that Western Conference, who stays healthy enough to have their full capacities of their team to get into a playoff position to win an NBA title, potentially out of that Western Conference. It's going to be fascinating to watch who's positioned well, who's going to try to avoid the play-in game, what it all means, what it all matters, and is anyone really going to beat OKC because they seem like the machine that everybody has been led to believe in what they've done in terms of winning an NBA title last year, albeit in very dramatic fashion over the Indiana Pacers. We were gushing about it all summer. One of my favorite finals I think I've ever watched in terms of it. Guys, big picture thoughts. I laid it out here in front of everybody in terms of what it looks like in the layout of the league, but what's your big story going into this season? What is the big story for you in terms of what this NBA season could be about as we start this journey in about an hour?
You said it right there. I think it's the Western Conference and how stacked it is once again. I think that with that many amount of great teams, ultimately you're going to have a couple of teams that are really good that are not going to make the playoffs this year. And I feel like some of these big teams that we've been seeing in the playoffs regularly over the last couple of years may get supplanted by some teams that are starting to accumulate some talent. So I'm going to be very interested in how this Western Conference lays out.
What about for you, Daniel?
I'm just excited in general. I mean, like Tanvir said, we've got a lot of more teams gaining talent. So I want to see how much closes in, especially with the West, because I know we've got. Damn it, I forgot what team I was gonna talk about. I gotta look at my notes right now.
Yeah.
Just in general,
you got Houston improving, of course. You've got Minnesota, who's been good this last few years. OKC, of course, been the top team. You've got Denver, who is always lurking in this league. You got the Warriors, who are accruing some guys in terms of it, and they hope to stay healthy. The Clippers, I would say, are a viable contender in terms of everything. The Dallas Mavericks, who, who knows what they look like by March, and Kyrie could come back in terms of that, and that could be a dangerous team as a lower seed in this West. Memphis, who knows what Memphis looks like with all the question marks they have, but they certainly have some world talent on there. New Zion in New Orleans, are we taking that one seriously? Maybe. And maybe that shows my bias in terms of all of what I just listed, which was all the Western Conference teams out there in the NBA, which is, I think this year has been the most dramatic gulf between two conferences I think this league has ever seen, which
Agreed.
is insane to me. And to me, is that a problem for the NBA? Potentially. But is it going to make one side of the playoffs fascinating while the other side of the playoffs, it's playing like a consolation bracket in a high school postseason?
I think it'll be fascinating for a whole different set of reasons. I think this year we're going to hear that talk of let's just make the NBA playoffs the 16 best teams regardless of conference, like conversations spark up again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's going to be some Western Conference teams that are going to be clearly better than the Eastern Conference teams, and we're going to see that play out. I don't know where I stand on that necessarily at this point, but I feel like it could be a cool shift in an NBA playoffs that I feel like could use something like that, some sort of spark, because I feel like those first round games, as much as I love the NBA and I love the NBA playoffs, I feel like sometimes these first round matchups can get a little mid, just for lack of better words, and I think that could be something that they could add, but We'll see how it turns out, because I think the Western Conference is going to be really stacked this year, while the Eastern Conference I think will still be entertaining for a whole different reason.
Because the Eastern Conference is all going to be close to each other in terms of the capability of way they play, and then by that reasoning, you should be led to believe that all of the matchups will still be close, and it should be close and entertaining games because they're both playing at the caliber of what they're playing against. It's just a matter of, will we get a good product in the NBA Finals? And that's what matters to it. We lucked out last year in terms of how Indiana played, and their style of play fit in a finals that created all this kind of drama. OKC was tested to the brink of what we thought was this generation's best team built as of now, and they still look like, obviously, the team to beat. But is there a challenger on the East side that can come into that NBA Finals and survive the gauntlet that is the NBA playoffs on the Eastern side and come out a victor? I have a few contenders, but we'll talk about that into it as well. I don't know if there's any more thoughts, because I want to go into a more focused conversation specifically on the Lakers right now, and just because we're a Laker station and we should talk about them coming into this season. But are there any final big picture thoughts before we dive into Laker talk here? No, we're good. So Lakers are obviously coming in what I would say was as lackluster of a performance in the NBA playoffs that we've seen in quite some time in terms of their capabilities. A team that really just did not measure up to what Minnesota gave them in that first round. And I think it was one of the more disappointing ends to a Lakers season in the last 5 or 6 years in terms of it. The team has made some improvements with a quote in terms of that, adding DeAndre Ayton. They were looking for big men in the middle to at least be a body, be a space that can be a rebounding asset to this team. They had Jake LaRavia as well. Not too many additions as opposed to the other teams that are out there. And here's the other issue going into this season in terms of the Lakers is that the Lakers are having an issue with the injury bug in terms of LeBron James. And this is the first season LeBron James will miss opening night due to sciatica, which is a nerve issue that plagues people sometimes when they get to certain ages. And now LeBron is at 40 and could miss half the season potentially if this thing lingers. He could miss 2 weeks. Who knows? The nervous system is a fickle thing in the human body, and when it comes to the movement and play of basketball and the play that LeBron demands from his body, who knows what this will be for this season. And I am raising the alarm bells a little bit in terms of how this season could start if LeBron is not there for the majority of the time. Luka is Luka. That's fantastic, but I don't know what is out there for him to continue to elevate in terms of his play. Maybe there is a Lob City element to what Luka can do in terms of an Ayton out there, in terms of what other guys can provide in Rui Hachimura, or can they get Jackson Hayes back to what maybe they were hoping he could be when they tried to use him as the middle piece of that side. But Jackson Hayes was vastly underwhelming in points at the tail end of the season. So that is my big picture view of the Lakers so far. Concerned is my number one word when I think of what the Lakers are going to be facing to start this season.
Yeah, and to add on top of that, obviously the LeBron injury I think is the biggest storyline for the Lakers coming into this season, but I have two big things that I want to look for when it comes to the Lakers. One, can Luka churn out an MVP caliber season in absence of LeBron? Because I think that's what they're going to need out of him in order to get some sort of playoff success or try to get a playoff seed in this stacked Western Conference. And then secondly, is DeAndre Ayton going to be the type of player that the Lakers need? What did they need last year? They needed rebounding. They needed somebody in the paint that could actually provide some type of offense. And me personally, I don't know if I'm going to see that out of DeAndre Ayton. I don't know. I feel like he can be that type of player, but I feel like he's going to have to transform what type of player he is. Because in Portland, I did not see the DeAndre Ayton that the Lakers need. And maybe he can change what he's been doing. I feel like he needs to, be able to provide some sort of lob threat. He needs to provide some sort of defense, or else this Lakers team is going to be in the exact same position that it was last year, maybe even worse because they are without LeBron. So I think you're going to need a lot of big performances, especially out of those two guys.
What about for you, Daniel? When you think of the Lakers storylines coming into this season, of course they locked up Luka, so that was a nice thing that's not going to hang over the season, in my opinion. At least that's taken care of in terms of it. So he's got a little extension and boost to his salary. But outside of that, what stands out to you most in terms of the way this Laker season is beginning tonight when they face the Golden State Warriors?
I think it really just comes down to how they perform without LeBron. Say LeBron goes out for half the season, I say they might have to make a couple moves just in order to keep themselves in a winning position.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way, like Tanvir said, with Ayton not playing, he's not, at least on paper, he's not what the Lakers need. If he can transform himself, that would be great for them. But I see him needing to be his old son self in order to perform like they need him.
Yeah. There is a lot riding on what is going to be given from some of the players that they're going to have in terms of it. LeBron is, let me see if I can do the quick. If he plays at least hold on. If he plays at least 49 games, he will have passed Robert Parrish for the most games ever played in NBA history. I believe that is it. But the thing about nerve issues and all that stuff, he could be good next week. He could be good in 2 weeks. It's not something where you break your leg and your leg's just broken. Bones heal in terms of it. It's how they work through it. I don't know what the pain tolerance terms of it as well as if it's a pain tolerance thing as well. I do believe it's going to be about a 10, 15 game absence. It feels like something that'll be in that, and that's going to be key to what is this West going to shape up as in the beginning part of this season? What teams are going to be playing for in the middle part of this season? How is the race going to shake up in this league? Or the West team's going to go after it in terms of how much they're going to sprint out of the gate in terms of it? Was home court a thing that matters a lot to these Western Conference teams? It certainly feels that way. OKC reaping the benefits of being the 1 seed in terms of it. What teams want to win that NBA Cup is certainly a factor as well. We forget about that, but that is going to be a big factor in the first couple months of this season, and who is going to be the true contenders in that, who's going to go all out. It is interesting to note that if teams aren't 100% going into the season, maybe you drop a few games in there as well. Feels like the Lakers just need to tread water just a little bit. This team has some stretches on the season, and I don't have the Lakers schedule quite in front of me just quite yet, but I do recall, I think by All-Star break, they are in L.A. for about the whole entirety of the month of the All-Star game break, basically, which is a massive advantage for this team in terms of the schedule. So there are lulls and there are spots and there are dips and valleys that this team can be managed with J.J. Redick, and how this team can be able to find its way through this season. So it's just a matter of picking your spots and making it happen. I think JJ's smart enough to do it. They extended JJ, by the way, and so that's not lingering over the season. His job security is there for the Lakers as well. So I got to imagine that is something that's good for this team to believe in what J.J. Redick is doing. And I think J.J. Redick's done a good job in year one in terms of it and all things considered. But like I said before, this roster is not deep enough for me. It's just not deep enough for me. And I think there's got to be moves to be made sooner rather than later down the stretch. But you got to test the depth here at the beginning, basically this next month or two, to see what is needed to move forward. So this is key to just see, all right, assess where are we at, what do we need, and then the Lakers certainly will be in the conversation when trades are soon to be made. But that's another look at it in terms of it.
Yeah, you were just talking about that All-Star break and where they're at. I was just looking it up. Like, yes, they are at home for basically that entire February, but they are playing some very tough teams in that stretch. They got the Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, Clippers, Mavericks, Celtics, Magic. Like, that is a tough stretch. So, but that's basically when LeBron should be back by. I look at this schedule and I'm thinking to myself, like, where can they actually make a mark even without LeBron? And it is this early part of the season. You start off with Golden State and Minnesota, but then you have Sacramento, Portland, Miami, Portland again, Atlanta, Charlotte. These type of games, you got to win. You have to win, especially if you don't have LeBron. And you fall behind too much, you're going to be in a tough spot, especially in the Western Conference, as I've stated multiple times already in this show, is stacked. And I don't know where they can end up without LeBron, if LeBron's out for even longer than what we expect, because I have heard reports that he may come back like mid-November, late November, right? But as you said, it's not like a bone issue. It's not like a muscle issue. It's, a nervous system issue. So they have to win games early in the season. I think that's the key. If they are, let's just say, middle of November, they're not at 500 or above 500, I feel like it's going to be very, very tough for this Lakers team to make the playoffs, especially with the depth issues, as you said.
What do we think of leaner Luka, though? And Luka reinventing his body, per se, and Luka's in more LA shape now, and Luka could certainly maybe have a little more stamina to what he is, and he's turning into a player that the Mavericks never thought he could be potentially physically. We'll see what it actually impacts. Sometimes when you get leaner, you don't have the ability to lean on what you were good at in terms of Luka using his body to kind of get a little bit of space here and there, and him finding a way to be a little more physical when he goes into the key and into the paint in terms of that. And I'm just curious if leaner Luka is going to get pushed around a little bit more. He'll be a little more apt at maybe being not a liability on the defensive side. And so I wonder if that's going to be the cost benefit in terms of it. But sometimes when you play a little bit with your bigger body mass, sometimes you're not as effective when you get a little leaner. But I think his stamina could be something that would be more effective. And I think the Lakers could benefit from him being maybe a little bit better defensively. I'm not asking for crazy improvements, but something needs to be there, especially when LeBron, who's I think your greatest defensive asset on the court, when he's missing, you need to find the gulf somewhere in terms of that.
Yeah, I think all the offense that Luka provides is all technique, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be a very big positive for the defensive side of the ball for the Mavericks. And even like in the first couple of years of Luka, when he was a little bit leaner, like the guy was doing highlight plays. He was still getting to the bucket. He was still able to get the shots up. And so I honestly think he will be very, very good. It's just the surrounding parts. And I think that's been the issue for the Lakers for the past 2 years. You had these linchpins. You had an Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and now you have a Luka Doncic and LeBron James. You've had these guys, but it's the rest of the team has to show up. And I don't know. I don't know if they can, because I look at some of these guys. I like Marcus Smart as an addition. I think that's all right. But Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Connect, like these type of guys are going to have to play much better than they did last season. And I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, we'll keep a tabs on it for sure. We're just getting started here. I got so much to talk about in terms of the NBA today. So we are going to take a break. We're overdue for one, but we're gonna do something fun here in this next segment. We're going to do a little quick draft. Top teams we want to watch this season in terms of it, watchability, all that stuff. We're going to draft a roster of, we'll see what the size is if we got the time for it. So Daniel Tanvier and I are going to be doing that next. So stay with us. Big NBA day just getting started here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
It's football season, and your headquarters for game day gear is at the Sports Station. Check out their new location next to Women's Macy's inside Fashion Fair Mall. From official NFL jerseys, hats, and accessories for the 49ers, Cowboys, Raiders, and Rams to Fresno State apparel that shows your hometown pride, the Sports Station has it all. Whether you're cheering on the pros or repping the dogs, get the licensed merchandise you need to look game ready. Gear up now at the Sports Station next to Women's Macy's inside Fashion Fair Mall.
Hey Spooky Stoners, Valley Pure is brewing deals that'll raise your spirits. Get 50% off aging flour from Valley Pure, Cowgirl, and Dots while supplies last. It's frighteningly good. You want more magic? Snag a pre-roll for just a penny with the purchase of any Valley Pure, Cowgirl, or Dots products. Exclusions apply. Stop by any of our 5 Valley Pure locations or order on the app for quick pickup before these ghostly goodies vanish into thin air. Elevate your stash this spooky season with Valley Pure, if you dare.
My husband and I have worked hard to generate wealth. Now we want to enjoy it, not work hard to manage it. We have to log into too many websites and call too many people to keep track of everything. We want to simplify, view and manage our assets in one place, and make one call if we have changes or questions. We're looking for an experienced financial advisor who can give us that, and keep a watchful eye on our money, while we're tasting wine in Napa or Paso.
Sounds like you're looking for Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management. Our technology allows you to see all your accounts and how they're doing in one place. And our advisors are well-versed in helping clients in your position. We can even coordinate with your CPA and tax attorney to help keep them on the same page for you. So the only call you'll have to make is Napa or Paso. Visit Thiessen-Duker.com to learn more about Thiessen-Duker. We look forward to hearing from you.
The advisors of Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
At Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, our customers tell us they like Kubota better than Blue tractors because of less downtime and easier controls. It's more cost-effective to own and operate, and it just keeps running when the season's on the line. That's why they trust Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, for both sales and service, especially after harvest. With Fresno and Reedley locations, Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, is ready for you. Visit PioneerEquipmentCA.com, where orange means go.
Prices on steel and materials are going up, but at Pacific Steel Supply, they're still delivering the best deals in the industry. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or ag projects, Pacific Steel Supply will match or beat any competitor's price by an extra steel, metal roofing, and components. With 24/7 service, fast delivery, and the best prices, the time to act is now. Get your free quote today from Pacific Steel Supply in Fresno, Ashland, and Parkway off Highway 99 or online at PacificSteelSupply.com.
Get ready for game day with Toledo's Football Party Pack. 2 dips, queso, guacamole, or bean and chorizo. Order online, pick it up fast at any of the 3 locations, and you're set. Or head to Toledo's new sports bar at Cedar and Knees, the Valley's new game day headquarters, for your favorite college and NFL matchups on the big screens. And you'll love their happy hour, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 10, with $10 apps and $7 house margaritas. Toledo's Mexican restaurant, your winning game plan.
Get your business noticed and stand out from the crowd by visiting Megaprints. Working with the Valley's most prestigious and high-profile businesses since 1998, we print and install custom-designed signs for businesses of all types and sizes. From yard signs to banners to wallpaper and fleet graphics, Megaprints has the state-of-the-art capability to turn the signage you've dreamed of into a reality. Visit megaprints.com today to see our work and what we can do for your business.
Here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, here on this wonderful Tuesday, NBA opening night Tuesday. All right, let's have a little fun with the NBA right now. We're going to do a little bit of it's pseudo powers rankings, pseudo entertainment value, pseudo. We're just going to draft a little bit here today. We're going to do a little draft of our teams we want to watch in the NBA this season in terms of it. So we're just going to go around. We'll do a snake draft style in terms of it. We can go. I'll go number 1 overall pick, and then Tanvir, then Daniel, then Tanvir, then me. I think we'll go 5 deep, just considering the time. So we'll go 5 deep on each good. In terms of it. Really like short synopsis of why you want to pick them. We don't need to go fully in depth on each team, but just a reason why in terms of it. So without further ado. I guess I will start, and I had a little bit of a time figuring out how to do this one in terms of the number 1 overall pick, but I think I will go I'll pick my Golden State Warriors. Why not? You knew you were going to do that in terms of that. Golden State, fascinating team. In terms of it. Plus, I'm going to be watching them all year in terms of it. I was very close to a certain team in terms of it. But let's be honest, the vibes are as high as anybody in terms of it. Outside of the Kuminga thing, but I don't even feel like that's going to disrupt anybody in terms of the vibes of it. But legitimately feels like this is going to be a very smart basketball team. It's not going to be a team that feels like it's going to beat themselves in terms of it. And I'm very excited to watch them play basketball this year aesthetically. And, yes, personally, I'm into it. So that's how we're going to roll with it. Tanvir, who you got for your number 1 overall pick in terms of teams to watch?
I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal it from my guy Daniel over here.
Ooh, there we go.
Because I think that this team has the means to be a very, very good team. Kawhi Leonard is now healthy. I've heard he's looked amazing in the offseason. James Harden is just coming off of a decent year. They have Ivica Zubac is still there. They still have those guys. And I feel like this is the season where it's kind of like you got to go all in. After this season, I feel like you can't really make any excuses for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard's contract's going to get voided.
Exactly. Exactly. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this team, they have the opportunity this year to do something special, to do something that the LA Clippers have never done. Yeah. And I just think that this is the perfect season for them, and I'm going to be so excited because of the players that they also have.
Great pick. Daniel, you got 2 in a row. What do you got for your first one?
All right. For the first one, you guys aren't going to expect this at all.
Oh,
Give
boy.
me the Orlando Magic.
Hey,
I like that.
It's a good pick. This isn't the best team draft. This is just the most entertaining team draft. This is what we want.
I'm picking them because I really just feel like they're going to be a fun team to watch this year. I feel like they've gotten better. You know, Paolo is still there. He's playing the best basketball so far. I think they've made the right moves. And with the rebrand, I love the rebrand.
Yeah.
So I just think they're going to be fun this year to watch.
Rebrand for an NBA Finals trip, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
Let's give it a playoff trip first.
Playoff trip first. Let's get there. Dan, I got another pick.
Second one, give it the Timberwolves.
Minnesota. Yeah. Ant, just Ant night in, night out, just feels like a must watch sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I have a friend. He's a Timberwolves fan. He's always sending me just plays and just always talking about it. I'm like, you know, might as well pick him.
Might as well pick him. There you go. Tanvir, you got another one here.
I'm also between two. I'm going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I really think that this team is poised for another deep playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
I am very interested to see how they respond to last year because I feel like, okay, well, they've been the 1 seed 2 years in a row, and now you got your championship. How are you going to build upon that? I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, primed for another great season. Yeah, they're going to start without Jalen Williams in this game, especially. We'll see how long that lasts for. But I still think this is a team that can really blow past all of their competition. And if they are to get to another 1 seed and get to another NBA Finals, I think this is a situation where we may be talking about something long-term for this squad. So, yeah, give me the Oklahoma City Thunder for my second pick.
Okay. I'm going to go San Antonio. I thought you were between the two, honestly.
Those are the two.
I got to watch Wemby. I got to watch Wemby, be Wemby this third year in terms of the league. Hard to believe he's already in the third year in terms of it. But intriguing team looking to take another step in terms of this league. I won't say it may be the greatest basketball team this year, but it's the one that has the most projected ability to leap in terms of how they're playing basketball in terms of it. How about some Luke Cornett out there?
Yes.
Just love me some Luke Cornett. This team is going to be impossible to score in the rim inside in terms of it. That's going to create a lot of issues for teams that are going to go in there in terms of attacking the basket. And I think the San Antonio Spurs, you're going to get your highlight reel blocks in terms of it with this team. Can't wait to watch them. I got them here. Next one I'm going to pick. I got to take the Joker and the Nuggets. I just feel like they're just a fun team, fun hang, fun watch all the time. Just love the Jokic mannerisms in terms of how this team can play. I think this is a legit title team as well, obviously, with how they're playing. Feels like a do or die team almost a little bit for a couple more years before they really start hurting in terms of the salary side of things. So very excited to see how they fit in this NBA. How about Christian Braun just getting paid? My guy, about that. Denver's always a fun watch to me.
Yeah, Denver for sure is a fun watch, but I'm going to go with Houston. I'm insanely excited to see how this new Houston team fits. Kevin Durant, biggest offseason move, I would say, of the NBA offseason.
Just signed an extension now.
Yeah, so they did lose Fred VanVleet, but I've seen what their projected starting lineup is, and my goodness, this is a skyscraper of a team with how many big guys they have with Şengün and Jabari Smith, Kevin Durant, and you're starting Amen Thompson, who's 6'7" at point guard. So I think defensively this team could be insane, let alone the offense, and we may see this team. I think this is one of the teams that could be vying for a 1 seed by the end of the year.
That's fair. Daniel, you got 2 picks. Who you got?
First one, I'm gonna take the Pelicans only just because I want to see how Zion plays.
New Zion.
I want to see if he can play more than 10 games this season.
You're buying the hype.
I am buying the hype.
Yeah.
Because I want to see if they're willing to stick with him, and if he plays well, then.
Can the Pelicans be a playoff team?
No, not for me. Not for me.
Okay. Not yet. Ooh, not yet. Danny got another pick. I love it.
Kings.
Yeah. Sack Russ, right? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll buy the hype with Russ. He was on my team. He's been on everyone's team at this point. But I'm buying the hype. You know, I just think the Kings still have more to do, but they found their playoff success now. So
when you're buying the hype of just an atmosphere of how good, how fun the Kings are, as opposed to just actually playing good basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one thing about the Kings, that car crash of a roster could somehow find a way to get some type of success. But I don't know, bro.
It's 23 Bulls with Russ and some others. I mean, it is. So, Tanvir, what do you got?
All right, so this is my last pick.
You got 2 more.
Oh, okay. 2 more. Give me the New York Knicks.
Okay.
I think this has been one of the more entertaining teams over the last couple of years. I think every time they've been in the playoffs, it has been such a fun series. Going back to last year against the Pacers, years before that against the Hawks. I think this team is similar to the Clippers on the West, where they've had a roster, they've had this type of playoff success, but they have not been able to get over the hump to get into the NBA Finals. And I think with an Eastern Conference that is not necessarily as stacked as the West, I think this could finally be the year that the New York Knicks get into that NBA Finals conversation. Still have Jalen Brunson, still have Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know how much their playoff success is going to be predicated on those two guys, because I feel like all of them have to be very, very good for them to get to the finals. But I am very interested in this Knicks team, and I also think they're the most entertaining team when playoffs come around. So give me the Knicks.
I cannot believe I got my top 5 teams on this list, but I'm going to get my top 5 completely intact. And my next pick is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going Dallas just in terms of Cooper Flagg and what excitement he can bring. The dude's going to play hard all night, every night in terms of it. I think he matches up well with this lineup in terms of, hey, there's a spot-up three-point shooter out there in terms of Klay Thompson that he can go out to. In terms of if Anthony Davis is healthy, this is another big-time defensive team that'll make some noise on it in terms of the defensive end. Outside of that, it's frisky. It's a frisky Dallas team that somehow is going to maybe find its way past the Luka trade in terms of it. There's incentive to win. I think Dallas is going to be a fun and frisky team this year in the West. Maybe not the best team, but fun and frisky. I like it. My last pick, I've been teasing him, but I'm picking Atlanta. I'm going to pick Atlanta. I'm picking Trey. I'm picking the Ice Trey. Match up with Kristaps Porzingis. Jalen Johnson's a decent player in terms of it as well. How about Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well to round out the roster in this team? A little Risa Shea. Maybe he can finally at least be somebody out of anybody in that NBA draft class in terms of it. But I like the makeup. I think this team's incentivized to win in a very weak Eastern Conference. This team screams NBA Cup champion out of anybody in terms of the NBA this year. So I'm picking Atlanta here. They were number 5 in my power rankings of watchability. I think they're the most fun of the East teams, in my opinion. So I'm picking Atlanta.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna pick. So
Ooh, stole Atlanta from you.
I have the Lakers because I tiered off my interests, and I have the Lakers as the last team that I have in tier 1. But I feel like I've picked like a lot of teams in that tier 1. So let me just go with like a underrated pick. Give me the Indiana Pacers.
That's fair.
I think that this team is still really good. Yes, they lost Tyrese Halliburton for the entire year. I would imagine maybe he comes back for playoffs, but I don't know if he's going to be there. But I still like the players on this team. Siakam is still there, and he was amazing in the playoffs last season.
He was.
Andrew Nembhard is still there. Benedict Mathurin, I think, can take another step. I really liked him coming out of, was it Arizona, I think? And then you still have Aaron Nesmith. Yeah, the center is a little bit thin, but I still like this team. And I want to give a shout out to Johnny Furphy. This guy's been giving posters to everybody in preseason and in summer league. So I think this could still be a very exciting team, even without Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner.
Obi Toppin's playing well. TJ McConnell's still a guy out there. That's. Hey, maybe the corpse of James Wiseman will show up in terms of Indiana as well. I like this team. I like this team even without Tyrese. Daniel, you got one more pick. Who are you going with?
You told me to pick a team that was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
They might play bad basketball, but I still think they're fun. Give me the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, I like the Hornets. They were higher than most for me.
Yeah, I just think I'm very curious to see what they do with LaMelo. I want to see if they'd be willing to give him his chance, I guess, or if they just want to trade him for assets. But LaMelo plays fun basketball, and I love watching everything he does.
I think they have 6 or 7 legit guys on the team in terms of it. So, but anyways, we'll see. And maybe they could be a 6-7 seed in the East as well. So, all right. You know what? We have time for a bonus pick. Bonus pick from all of you on the spot. Here we go. Daniel, you're going to start us off. One bonus pick. Who do you got?
Oh, Lord. Give me the Nets.
Nets? Oh, my God. All right.
No. They're not exciting to watch at all.
You want to see train wreck. The train wreck watchability of the Nets.
Hey, Terrence Mann is on that team, and I like Terrence
Pray
Mann.
for him.
I'm praying for him.
It's so funny. Daniel picked 3 teams that were like literally my bottom tier. So yeah, we are in complete opposite directions. Give me the Lakers. I still think the Lakers are a team to be, entertained by. I love Luka Doncic, and I think this could be a year where he goes absolutely ballistic on the stat sheet. And I would be very excited to watch that for a team that has all the fanfare around them, and for a roster that's not necessarily, a reason to have that fanfare. I still think that this team could be a very good, entertaining team with Luka Doncic at the helm. So give me the Lakers.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up here with one final pick in terms of it, and I'm going to pick a team that I think has a guy that can just be a legitimate superstar player that has taken a step forward with his team, but can take another step forward in terms of it as well. They replace a guy with another proven player who's been in an NBA Finals before. I'm going to go to Detroit Pistons in terms of it. I'll pick Detroit in terms of that team with Cade Cunningham and the capability of how Detroit will look into this season. I'm not a complete believer in what the Detroit Pistons could provide in terms of being a team out of the East this year, but if there's a team that's going to just ride a guy to success and can fulfill the promise of what Cade Cunningham could be in terms of being he was the number 1 overall pick, correct, in the draft, then maybe Cade and the Pistons can be a team that is going to balloon their record and really feast on a weak East in terms of it. So I'll cap it off with the Pistons here at my final pick. So, my highest rated team that didn't get drafted was the Boston Celtics. I think that I'm curious.
That's who I thought
that.
you were going to go with when you started originally talking, because I was like maybe Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
kind of.
Solo Jaylen Brown is interesting.
It is indeed.
Solo Jaylen Brown, what that looks like in terms of it. My next rated team was the Bucks. I had the Sixers there. After that, I had the Cavs. The Cavs are kind of went without anybody there.
That is interesting. That nobody picked the Cavs.
The cocaine Phoenix Suns. Anyone? Anybody? Jalen Green and.
I've been out on the Phoenix Suns for like 5 years now, and I feel like I've been a little bit vindicated with how they've performed over the last couple of years.
I've got a personal vendetta against the Suns.
Yeah, I bet you do. The very weird Toronto Raptors. Anyone?
Yeah, for all my cousins in Toronto, I feel sorry for you guys.
I have no interest in watching Miami. I have no interest in watching Portland. I have no interest in Utah. Chicago. I think Chicago. I have less interest in Chicago than Brooklyn. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being very disrespectful to Chicago. Chicago hasn't given me anything since like the Noah years, and that's about it.
Yeah, agreed.
So, here's your final tallies of our picks. I went with Warriors, Nuggets, Mavericks, Spurs, Hawks, Pistons. Tanvir, you went Clippers, Thunder, Knicks, Rockets, Pacers. Did I miss one?
Yeah, I went Clippers, Lakers, Thunder, Rockets, Knicks.
Oh, I missed the Lakers. There we go. I had the Lakers. I forgot to see the Lakers there. And Daniel, you went, you went Timberwolves, you went Magic, you went Pelicans, you went Hornets, you went Kings, you went Nets.
I mean, if you're going to take that sort of approach, I feel like he did it perfectly.
You know what? I'm not yucking your yum, man. Enjoy your NBA. enjoy your brand of NBA, Daniel. There you go. All right, let's take a break. Let's wrap up this first hour next on 1430 ESPN.
Don't let your house become haunted this Halloween. Fresno Ag Hardware has everything you need to keep your home and yard from becoming a horror show. Gear up with top power tools from Milwaukee to Steel, perfect for overgrown lawns and creepy corners. And don't forget to revive your lawn with ryegrass seed before winter. Plus, decorate with spooktacular Halloween decor, from lighting and cobwebs to inflatable decorations that scare up the fun. Shop in store at Fresno Ag Hardware.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
Football fans, it's Phil Bonatti with Behind the Bench. The season is heating up, so bring your tailgate to mid-season form with Grocery Outlet in Kerman, Sanger, and Fresno's Southeast, Downtown, and Northwest stores. Stock up and save big on quality meats, snacks, drinks, beer, and wine. The same great quality, but always at lower prices. And while you're there, enter the Tailgate Ready contest to win 2 tickets to the next Fresno State home game, plus $100 for your tailgate. Only at Kerman, Sanger, and Fresno's Southeast, Downtown, and Northwest grocery outlets.
Hey Fresno, Chris Swart out here, operating partner Jack's Car Wash Companies, located on the southwest corner of Cedar and Shepherd. Don't miss out on this winning combo.
That's right, Jack's Car Wash has a brand new Pepsi and Coke soda fountain, plus a new Keurig coffee station featuring your favorite national brands. Plus, Jack's full detailing is backed by popular demand. Schedule yours today by calling 435-7335.
Jack's Car Wash and ESPN Fresno, the double play of a great car wash and a great broadcast. Let's go Giants!
Need cash? If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Clausen Honda wants to buy your car. If it's running, we want your late model Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Subaru, Acura, or Honda. Just call Clausen and ask for our VUP to schedule your appraisal appointment. In just 10 minutes, you'll get your cash value quote. Yes, we are eliminating the hassle of getting rid of your used old car. So if you're ready to sell, we are ready to buy. Call Clausen Honda of Fresno today. If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Get cash for your car. Clausen Honda.
Your Fresno State Bulldogs are fighting for that Mountain West championship. There's nothing better than rooting for your Bulldogs as they battle it out on the gridiron, representing your city of Fresno. Bring the whole family and get loud cheering on your Bulldogs at Valley Children's Stadium all season long. Be sure to check out GoBulldogs.com today for information on special events and to grab your tickets for upcoming home games. Go Dogs!
Hey, this is Coach Spencer. The 9th annual Fresno State Alumni and Friends Classic tees off Monday, November 3rd at Sunnyside Country Club. Join us for this premier 2-man best ball tournament featuring Nat Gross and alumni flights. All proceeds benefit the Fresno State men's golf program, helping student athletes succeed on and off the course. Space is limited to the first 55 teams, so don't wait. Register by October 27th. For details, contact my email, cspencer@mail.fresnostate.edu.
Want to work somewhere fun, flexible, and rewarding? Me and Ed's is hiring. We're looking to expand our team with full and part-time positions at over 40 locations. Join our growing company as a delivery driver or valued team member today. For more information on job descriptions or to apply, go online at meandeds.com or visit your nearest location. Me and Ed's is hiring. Fill out an application.
Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader here on this wonderful Tuesday, NBA opening night Tuesday. We're just doing basketball bonanza here at the beginning of the show. I finally switched to the NBC broadcast side of things. They got a whole court set. Look at that desk. The desk.
It looks sick. I see it.
That
right now.
desk with the NBA trophy, the finals trophy, right there, the Larry O'Brien.
Yep.
Fantastic. So we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's Jabari Smith getting interviewed right now. Let's finalize some thoughts just specifically on the Lakers real quick before we end this segment. I just wonder what this team is going to have. Is this to me, my prediction for the Lakers is play-in, like a 7 play-in seed in terms of where they're going to end up. The Lakers have the 6th best odds in the NBA to win the title. It just feels like public money boosting them a little bit in terms of it. looking at the beginning stretch of this Lakers season, you mentioned if they're below or near 500, that it could cause issues in terms of it. Well, they got some interesting opponents to start, of course, with Golden State and what Golden State can do on the outside with this team and the way they can attack the foul line now, and a team that is certainly going to be a lot more efficient when it comes to getting to the free throw line. A couple of early bouts with Minnesota, who absolutely mismatched the Lakers in terms of the playoffs. That's going to matter. And I think Ayton's going to tell us a lot in terms of if he can impact or at least just get in the way of a potential Gobert matchup in the middle of it. You can beat up on the fodder of Sacramento and Portland. Memphis will be an interesting test. Miami's in there as well. I think San Antonio could obviously give them fits in terms of it. So I don't see I see some peaks, I see some valleys in terms of this schedule to start. But I do think there's opportunity for this Lakers team to at least tread water here at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and I said it earlier, like, this is a stretch of the season that they got to get stuff done. You cannot go into the latter parts of this year when you have such a tough February. You have a pretty tough March as well, where you play teams in the back end. Their last 7 opponents are crazy. You have Cleveland, at Oklahoma City, at Dallas, Oklahoma City, at Golden State, Phoenix and Utah. You can say whatever about, right? But I think that regardless, you got to win these games in the early stretch. You don't have LeBron. We understand that. But to supplement his return, you're going to have to get these wins. So it is very important for me personally that they start off well. But, like, in terms of my predictions, I think that between the 5 and 8 seed is kind of where I see them. And I think they can finish top 3, but Luka and Ayton are going to have to play absolutely insane.
We'll go. I don't have time to go through their win total here because we're just out of time here. So maybe after the break, we're going to do some of the win total stuff. We're going to take a look at the NBA MVP odds potential as well, individual awards. And then why don't we put our money where our mouth is? Who is winning the NBA title this year? I think that's a good capper as we start hour 2 coming up next. So, it's just a great day. It's just a great day. NBA's back. Did not think I'd be this excited for it, but now that it's here, maybe it's just because I'm optimistic about my team, but that's just where it is. So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the show. Hour number 2 next on 1430 ESPN.
Mike Dermanuel Jr. of Hub International Insurance.
You've got to have a competitive benefits program to attract and retain employees. And as the cost of that continues to rise, we're becoming very innovative in how to finance those benefits for their employees.
Mike Dermanuel Jr. of Hub International. Learn more at hubinternational.com. License number 0757776.
If our clients succeed, we succeed.
Game day just got a whole lot sweeter and a little bit saucier. KFC is bringing back one of the most requested plays in menu history, the original Honey Barbecue. That's right, that sweet, smoky, finger-licking legend from the late 90s is back and better than ever. Now you can get that classic Honey Barbecue flavor on everything, including their 2-piece chicken combo for $10.99 or the original Honey Barbecue chicken sandwich for $11.99. The original Honey Barbecue, sweet, savory, and back in the game. And it's happening only at KFC.
Fresno County is filled with talent, but opportunity doesn't always reach every student. The foundation at FCOE is just $100,000 away from reaching our $1 million endowment for excellence. This fund safeguards life-changing programs, from academic decathlon and career expos to arts, leadership, and college readiness, ensuring opportunities for students now and for generations to come. Join us. Every gift builds tomorrow. Visit fcoefoundation.org/raise to 1 million.
Are you ready to lock in serious savings? Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning and Solar wants you to know that December 31st is the deadline for your new solar system to be operational to take advantage of the 30% federal tax credit. That's right, you can save 30% on your investment in clean, renewable energy. But the clock is ticking. Solar doesn't just save you money, it gives you energy independence, shields you from rising utility rates, and adds value to your home. And when you choose Donald P. Dick, you're working with a trusted local family business with 55 years of experience. Call Mr. Cool today. Get a free solar quote. The number is 559-255-1644. Take control of your power and your savings. Call the company with over 5 decades of experience. Write this number down. Call Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning and Solar at 255-1644. That's 255-1644.
Prices on steel and materials are up everywhere, but you can still get unbeatable value for your residential, commercial, industrial, or ag projects at Pacific Steel Supply in Fresno. They'll match or beat any competitor's price by at least 10% on top quality steel, metal roofing, and components. Ready when you are. Massive inventory? Yes. Same-day delivery? Yes. 24/7 service? Yes. Get your free quote today. Call or swing by Pacific Steel Supply, Ashland and Parkway in Fresno off Highway 99, or visit PacificSteelSupply.com.
Life gets messy, but your space doesn't have to. We are Rise and Shine Janitorial and Commercial Cleaning Services, where we clean because your time is important. From offices to schools to medical facilities, Rise and Shine handles it all with our trained staff and high-performance standards. Big jobs or small, Rise and Shine will never lock you into a contract. So let us take the stress off your plate. Contact Rise and Shine Janitorial and Commercial Cleaning Services. Call 559-649-5391 or visit riseshine559.com.
Bulldog fans, Marcus McMarron here. On the field, success comes from having the right team. And when it comes to servicing your car or truck, my team is Ed Dina's Auto Center. Huge selection, unbeatable prices, and the service you can count on every time. Don't wait till the fourth quarter. Drive into victory with a vehicle from Ed Dina's. Trust me, this is a game-winning drive. Ed Dina's Auto Center, where Bulldogs buy.
Ed Dina's, the dealer in Dinuba that does. Yes, he does.
You're listening to the home of the San Francisco Giants, KFIG Fresno, 1430 ESPN.
I'm Nick DeLuca. The NBA season beginning tonight. Ring night in OKC, defending champion Thunder hosting the Rockets in Kevin Durant's Houston debut. Thunder are the favorites to win the 2026 NBA title. And ESPN bet try to be the first repeat champ in the NBA since the 2017-18 Warriors. Houston without Fred VanVleet for the season. ESPN's Brian Windhorst expecting them to use size to their advantage.
Lost Fred VanVleet to a season-ending injury, so Thompson goes to point guard. I don't know how much Steven Adams is going to play, but they're sending a message to the Thunder, who themselves are going to start 2 7-footers tonight. This could be one of the tallest 10 men on the court to start a game in the history of the sport.
Windy on Get Up coverage underway here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Warriors and Lakers opening up their seasons tonight as well. No LeBron set to miss his first opener in his 23-year career. Knicks getting going tomorrow against the Cavs. Ruled out forward Mitchell Robinson and guard Josh Hart. Mike Brown making his Knicks head coaching debut in that one. In the NFL, the Jets are reportedly planning a quarterback change, getting set to go from Justin Fields to Tyrod Taylor in Week 8. Team owner Woody Johnson reiterating support of head coach Aaron Glenn despite the 0-7 start, saying they need better quarterback play. Jets will take on the Bengals on Sunday. Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz will make a 5th straight start on Thursday night against the Chargers. Head coach Kevin O'Connell saying J.J. McCarthy could be in position to return next week.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Wednesday, Kurt Warner joins me in studio for his weekly NFL breakdown. Comedian Tom Papa is in studio, plus my latest NFL power rankings. That's on the Wednesday edition of the Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again. In anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, man. Is it hard to believe sometimes still, the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. But super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader here on this Tuesday, lovely Tuesday afternoon, 4:02 here on the dot for you as we get rolling here and just continuing to talk about all the sports locally that's going on here. Of course, we are live on this wonderful Tuesday, the 1430 app, 1430 ESPNFresno.com website. You can listen to us live there. Of course, we got the Leaser hotline, 559-320-1430, and a way to reach our show as well if you want to get in on the conversation. So, let's talk about the individual side of this NBA side. And one of the things that we didn't get a chance to talk about in the last segment, I presented the idea of it. Of course, there's some betting odds stuff that's going on with these NBA side. And let's go to the Lakers, of course, to start. Lakers are 15-1 to win the NBA title, sharing the odds with, yes, the Houston Rockets. I would say one team is being disrespected with that ranking, and it is not the team in Los Angeles in terms of it. 46 wins, 46.5 wins over under. And let's be completely honest with you. It took, I think, 52 wins for everybody to make it in the postseason in the Western Conference. So I don't think we're going to see it that repeat itself. It's hard for that to repeat itself in terms of that, but I don't imagine the cannon fodder that is in the Western Conference is just going to sit there at the bottom. Although, who knows? Maybe we do get like a 16-win Sacramento Kings team this year. Who knows about it? But outside of that, I don't think we get a repeat of it. When I look at that number for the Lakers, that screams play-in for me. That screams a team that is going to struggle to play consistent basketball down the stretch, play consistent basketball throughout the season. It's hit or miss on, obviously, if LeBron can stay healthy and can he sustain the health when he gets back from this nerve issue, sciatica, which I continue to learn more and more about as we continue to barrel through this season. But there's just, to me, it's not an indictment on the Lakers. It's just a matter of how much improved some of the teams are in the West. And so 46.5 feels actually light. I think it's 47. I think 47 or 48 is the number for me for the Lakers, which isn't a bad number. It's just, to the comparison of the rest of the West, that screams 7 or 8 seed for me. So that's where I would sit in terms of the Lakers. Would I bet them to win a championship? Not in the slightest bit. I would say in any chance I think they win the championship this year, and I'm gonna plant my flag into it. And if they do win the championship, then yeah, we can play this sound in the middle of June. But to me, this team, as it forms, as it fits right now, will not win an NBA championship. But I don't think it's out of the realm that they can improve into that aspect of it. But that's how I firmly believe. As we go into this closer to the tip-off of the Lakers, Tanvir, 46.5. I think it's a little light to me, like I said. Where do you sit on the win total there?
Yeah, I think it's definitely affected by the LeBron injury. I would say that I think I do agree with you. I think it is pretty light. But I also think that there is a path for the Lakers to win this championship. Obviously, if LeBron returns and he's LeBron.
This version of the Lakers can't win it, though, right?
I don't know. I just think I look at Luka and LeBron, and I still think those are two of the top 10 players, top 15 at minimum players in the NBA, and you can still find a way to do something with that. I do agree, though. I think that the plus 1,500 is way too high for me to be ahead of the teams like the LA Clippers, to be ahead of the Minnesota Timberwolves, to be ahead of the Golden State Warriors. I just don't see that being the case. But yeah, that's where I have a little bit of a high-low expectations in terms of those two aspects.
Daniel, what about you?
Honestly, I think those are probably I feel like the odds were probably set before the LeBron injury, but I think the 46.5 is perfect. I think that should be what it should be at. I feel like they're a play-in team right now without LeBron.
Well, I will say I think the odds are set right now because there's just LeBron love no matter what, or there's Laker love no matter what. It's a very public team. People bet on it. When you bet up more money on a side, you boost the odds just a little bit. If I had to realistically say it, I think they might be there at that 22-1 odds that I see with the Warriors. Although, I think the Warriors. I think the only reason the Warriors' odds are so low is because the likelihood of this team staying healthy through June is slim.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it's slim. But it's not nothing because I think this team's better than most in terms of their makeup, but they have to get there. That's the question that has to get through it. if you're looking at the odds sheet, is there a long shot team that you are looking at? You're like, I think this is a good buy in terms of the NBA championship odds. I'll start with you, Tanvir, if you're looking at the odds sheet.
I don't want to feel like I'm just saying this team just because they're my team, but San Antonio,
okay,
Victor Wembanyama is gonna be playing lights out. You have a trio of guards in Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and the last year's Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. I love the addition of Carter Bryant to this team, and I think Sohan and Keldon and you still have Devin Vassell. I still like this team. So I'm not going to say out there that they're going to go out there and win the championship or anything, but if you're looking for a team with like long shot odds, I think they got a perfect blend of an amazing defense, because I think they will be this year. You have a MVP caliber guy in Wemby, and you have the guard play to supplement that. So they're plus 5,000 right now. I think if you were looking for a long shot, I think that's a perfect
50-1. Yeah,
I think that's perfect.
Daniel, you're looking at the odds sheet. Is there a long shot odds team? And when I mean long shot, I think it's like you got to go like anything below the 20-1 odds teams in terms of that. Is there a team that stands out that you feel like can make a legitimate run at it in terms of it?
You know what? I'm going to say the Celtics.
I was going to say the Celtics too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because I feel like, their odds are low because, Tatum's not back yet. But Tatum came out and said he wants to be back by the end of this year.
He's looking good.
Yeah.
He's running in a gym from an Achilles injury that happened in what? May?
Yeah.
Crazy.
In the second round.
He somehow found Aaron Rodgers' doctor that somehow almost got Aaron Rodgers back from the Achilles in the same season. I joke because I don't think Rodgers would ever play. Dan, you feel like just Celtics in terms of if they just tread water, go through that weak East in terms of making it into the playoff pool, you find them maybe at the 6 and 5 seed or 7 seed as a team in the East, and you say, well, we're adding Tatum, and suddenly we have just kind of a cast of guys that can have a championship pedigree, make it happen, and maybe take advantage of our opportunity there.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're capable of being like the 6th or 5th seed. I don't think anything above that, but I think just the way the East always goes with it being the weaker division.
Yeah.
If they can beat the teams they need to beat and at least compete against the higher tier teams, I think they'll easily make the playoffs. And then come time for Tatum to come back, they can push him to what he wants to be at.
Looking at other odds, here you go. Thunder plus 200 to win the title. You want to know? It's the best odds, the shortest odds for a preseason favorite since the Warriors were minus 200 in 2018 and 2019 when Durant had his final season with Golden State. Guess what? They didn't win the title that year. So
crazy.
Yeah, Toronto ended up winning it. So something tells me there can't be any reason why the Thunder don't win the NBA title this year. But to me, sometimes it can be too good to be true in the NBA. I thought Denver was repeating no matter what happened after Denver won that title, and then it didn't happen. And then you think Boston's going to win the title again because Boston was so dominant, and suddenly they're not even in the conversation in terms of it. What are the things that have to happen for the Thunder to not be a team that wins the title this year? Obviously, I think outside of a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander complete obvious injury, are there some things this team has that can be exploited? Is it just a matter of just chinks in the armor from guys who get hurt down the stretch of the season, or are there teams that can adapt to the way they play this year?
The path I see for the Thunder not to be the elite team they are is if Chet Holmgren is just not taking another step, and you have teams that have multiple bigs that can really affect this team. You saw the Pacers last year with Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam were able to get to the bucket.
It certainly feels like a blueprint.
Right, and so if you can have really good perimeter defense and some really good interior offense, I think that could be the way that you could beat this team. But I still think that they will be very good. Jalen Williams is still there. I think they are one of the deepest teams in the NBA to this day, and I do agree that they should be the number one team in terms of the odds.
I'm just trying to think who's the team that can follow the Pacers blueprint the best in terms of the way they go at it.
I like Houston and
Minnesota and Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Denver's interesting. I think I'm high on a lot of Denver this year. I think that's kind of where I feel and land on it. And maybe this goes directly to our conversation of, well, let's start with the NBA championship. Let's go to the finals prediction, and let's start with our Western Conference champion. And you know, I think there's the obvious side of it. And this is just me going in my thought process of who I think will win the Western Conference Finals this year, as we predict on day one, which we will not know until by the time June rolls around. But this is the fun of prediction. But to me, it's a bloodbath in terms of it. It's teams that need to be weathered in the storm of what is the Western Conference playoffs. It is a team that is faced it before. It's a team that is capable of getting there. In terms of the way they play, there's a lot of candidates for it. The Thunder have been there, obviously, and they won. The Nuggets, a few years ago, with a player that they certainly have in Jokic, has been there and done it. The Rockets, even with a coach who got to an NBA Finals and just faced a really tough Warriors team in the finals. Ime Udoka just certainly doesn't want to see the Warriors in any form or fashion of it, but the Rockets are certainly primed to be. The Clippers are a team that just feels like on paper always can be in that conversation. The Timberwolves, who people feel like Anthony Edwards is a guy who can transcend potentially into the next generation of this NBA and be the guy who could be a face of the league in terms of it. And that's kind of where I feel like the tier of the Western Conference sits in terms of it. It's those five for me. And so out of everybody, it still is to me that I think it's the Thunder's league to lose. As much as I want to bet on another team to make it to the Western Conference championship and win it, my heart just tells me this team is so good. It's so stacked. It's not going to be derailed by a couple injuries here and there. It is a team that plays for each other. It is a team that is playing like a team with a guy who is as selfless as it can be with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is just even-keeled, mild-mannered as it can be. I think it's Thunder over Nuggets in the Western Conference. That's where I sit.
Yeah, I think the five teams that you listed are definitely the ones that are in contention. I am going to go with the Denver Nuggets beating the LA Clippers in the Western Conference Finals.
There you go.
I think that both of those teams have upgraded very well. You got Bradley Beal in LA now. John Collins is in LA. I love that move for them. But I think Denver has sneakily created a monster in Denver once again. They've upgraded their already elite roster, in my opinion. Bruce Brown is coming back to this team, and I think when last time we saw Bruce Brown in a Nuggets uniform, he was playing out of his mind as a sixth man. Tim Hardaway Jr. has added some type of shooting to this team. Jonas Valanciunas, I think, is the biggest add that they had, because when you saw Jokic lead the floor for the Nuggets last year, they were terrible in the plus-minus. But now Jonas is going to give them a very good center in relief of Jokic when he is not playing. Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon are still there. Cameron Johnson brings in something to where I feel like he can similarly play like MPJ. And so I really like this Denver Nuggets team. So, yeah, give me the Nuggets over the Clippers in the West.
So who's beating the Thunder, Nuggets or Clippers?
I'm going to say the Clippers. Wow. I think the Clippers are the team that probably is the lower seed. I still think the Thunder can get the one. But I feel like the Clippers are built this year to have a deep run. So, yeah, give me the Nuggets over the Clippers, though.
Dan, what do you got?
I had the same matchup, but the Clippers taking it.
All right. So we all got different teams. I have Thunder, Tanvir has the Nuggets, and Daniel has the Clippers. On the East, I want to have some fun. I think there is going to be an interesting aspect to how this East is going to play out. Like I said, I was really high on maybe the Celtics if there is a potential injury come back. But sometimes the wear and tear of an NBA season also means sometimes the rust element of it. If you haven't played up to the NBA standard, sometimes you are just not capable of making it through a playoff run. The obvious team that is just the one that's most intact right now is the New York Knicks in terms of making it to the NBA Finals. They're a 10-1 favorite with the way they are shaping up to be. But
There's some intriguing teams out there that certainly feel like they can get back from the East. It's so wide open in terms of it. I've said what I said about Atlanta. I have some stock in the Cade Cunningham experience and potentially him just being a guy who can drag a team to an NBA Finals, potentially a pseudo a LeBron 07 situation in terms of that. Maybe we get that kind of run. Certainly they would get worked in the NBA Finals if it's just like the 07 LeBron situation from the Spurs. But I want to have fun. I want to enjoy this season from the East perspective in terms of it. Why not? I'm buying into the Cade experience. It's a crapshoot to me in the East. I'm going to go Pistons over Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals in a 7-game series. And so I will have Thunder versus Pistons in the NBA Finals this year.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to go basic here. I'm going to say the Cleveland Cavaliers make it this season, and I'm going to say they make it over the Orlando Magic. I think the Magic are the team that can surprise a lot of people this year. As Daniel said earlier in the first hour, Paolo Banchero's there, but you still have Franz Wagner. They brought in Desmond Bane, who I think could be a really good asset for this team. While I do think they are a little thin in terms of like the center position, I just think that they're kind of a team that can make a spark in this season, and they have the players to do that. I love Wagner and Banchero, but I think Cleveland is clearly the team to be in the East. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be playing out of his mind. They brought in Lonzo Ball, who I really like as well, and I think he could be a pretty good asset for them because I think that gives them a little bit of a different game at the point guard position than Darius Garland. But they still have DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Larry Nance. I still think that this is probably the best team. So give me the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Magic.
Wow. So Cavs and Nuggets. I have Thunder and Pistons. What do you got?
So my Eastern Conference Finals matchup would be the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Milwaukee Bucks taking that.
Bucks versus Clippers.
Yes.
Interesting.
I feel like this is a bounce back year for Giannis and that whole team in general.
Adding Miles Turner,
Yeah.
It's a guy who's on a run last year. They just need a point guard. I just kind of got to find somebody who can run point for them.
If there's ever a season, I think, in the Eastern Conference where just one player makes the difference, I think it's this season.
I think that's what we're all having, yeah.
Giannis is probably the best player in the Eastern Conference, except if I'm forgetting somebody. But, yeah, I think he could certainly be that type of guy.
Yeah, I think so. Unless completely Embiid just suddenly has the fountain of youth in terms of it. There's the other aspect of it. Okay. Quick, I have the Thunder beating the Pistons. Obviously, I think I kind of alluded to it. You have who? Nuggets
beating the Cavaliers.
Nuggets beating the Cavaliers, and I assume, Daniel.
You can assume, but yes, Clippers over Bucks. 7-game series.
Wow, what a way for Kawhi Leonard to go out.
7 games. Jeez.
7-game set into a dome.
Dude, my friend is also a Clippers fan. He would be losing his heart at that point.
Aspire to this, huh? Anyways, all right. One last little bit. NBA MVP. Let's do it quick. Who do we got winning the MVP this year? I will be very boring, and I will be picking Nikola Jokic. He gets his off year every so often, and he will then win another MVP because he's ridiculous. So I'm going Jokic.
Give me Victor Wembanyama. I think he has already shown his defensive prowess. He's being a top 3 defender. He's clearly the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. And as I said, I think the guards are going to allow him to be absolutely insane on the offensive side of the ball. And he's also a guy that hasn't won MVP. And I feel like we've seen at times where the tiebreaker is who's not MVP. And I feel like that could be something we see this year. So I'm going to give Victor Wembanyama, who's 4th right now in the odds.
He is 13-1. Daniel, MVP.
So what a better way for him to go out in his league, out of the league than Kawhi Leonard winning MVP, Finals MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year.
I can't. Unbelievable. They better be paying him. That's for sure. The checks better be coming through, huh? They're not bouncing. All right. Let's take a break. We're going to talk NFL now. We're switching gears. NBA season is
just about getting started. They're raising the banner in OKC right now as we speak. So let's take a break from that. We're going to talk NFL next. Yes, we got a Benatti Blitz to get to. We're ranking the games next year on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Prices on steel and materials are going up, but at Pacific Steel Supply, they're still delivering the best deals in the industry. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or ag projects, Pacific Steel Supply will match or beat any competitor's price by an extra 10% on top quality steel, metal roofing, and components. With 24/7 service, fast delivery, and the best prices, the time to act is now. Get your free quote today from Pacific Steel Supply in Fresno, Ashland, and Parkway off Highway 99 or online at pacificsteelsupply.com.
My wife and I don't need advice on how to create wealth. We need advice on how we seek to make the most of it. We need help with complex issues like creative risk management and tax mitigation strategies, estate planning to help preserve our kids' and grandkids' futures, and leaving a legacy through a trust for charitable giving. And we'd like to simplify by being able to view all of our investment vehicles in one place. We're looking for all of this in one firm. Bottom line, we're looking for something different.
Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management is different. From our innovative software designed to perform detailed analysis and streamlining of even the most complex portfolios, to how our advisors work as a multidisciplinary team to refine financial strategies. Visit Thiessen-Duker.com to learn more about how Thiessen-Duker might just be the kind of different you need. The advisors of Thiessen-Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
At Helena Agri-Enterprises, we're committed to helping you make the best agronomic decisions for your farm. That's why we combine cutting-edge technology with superior product. Helena's agri-intelligence solutions use in-depth analysis to identify potential problems in the field before they take root. Combined with a complete line of high-quality crop production and crop protection inputs, Helena has the tools to help you increase productivity, enhance performance, and maximize your return on investment. Contact your local Helena representative or authorized dealer to create the right plan for your farm with Helena products and agri-intelligence solutions.
Are you tired of waiting forever for your prescriptions? Grizzly Pharmacy is here to tame your healthcare needs. We fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less, always accepting new patients, and enjoy free delivery to your home or workplace in Fresno and Clovis. We accept all major insurance, including Medi-Cal, Blue Cross, and Optum Rx. For our Fresno location, please call 559-424-0423 or visit grizzlypharmacy.com for more information.
For 80 years, Fresno Pacific University has been shaping the heart and soul of California as the Central Valley's only accredited Christian university. Today, our deep faith roots and pride in our community drive us to provide affordable, career-relevant education that transforms the lives of our students and the communities they serve. Discover your calling through over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs offered on campus or fully online. Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at fpu.edu.
Building a new warehouse? Adding on to your existing warehouse for more space? The boys from Fresno Rack and Shelving can help, because that's what they do. Fresno Rack's design department can help optimize your warehouse storage capabilities and increase your productivity. With a large local stock of pallet racking, industrial parts shelving, in-house permitting, and installation departments, Fresno Rack and Shelving is the choice for you. Call or visit FresnoRack.com today.
Professionals provide our clients. DeVoto & Defendus has been named Central Valley's best property and casualty insurance company for 9 years running. Visit DIBU.com and get the business insurance you need today.
License number 0E02096.
Saints. They're a tougher team to play on the road in terms of it, as opposed to at home. They're a little bit better at home. The Buccaneers are dealing with injuries in their skills department, but I don't foresee or put it past them that they're going to find success in this football game. I put it in the could be a blowout category, which makes me feel like it won't be close. But then again, division game on the road, this could get interesting. I don't know why I have some respect for the Saints offense and the way they play. And I know last week was just kind of a nightmare for them, but Chicago's really good at what they do potentially. So Bucs Saints sits here as my 5th worst game of the week.
Hey, I've been talking about Spencer Rattler, and he has been showing something. I'm not saying that it's been good.
Who knows what it is, but it's something.
Yes, it's something. The Saints need something, and I think this could be a classic case of just being a division game that can actually turn out to be pretty good, even though the Buccaneers have the advantage on every part of the field. They did lose Mike Evans for the season, and that's really sad to see, but I think this is just going to be sign for Emeka Egbuka to be absolutely amazing for the rest of the season. So we were one off on this one. I had this at number 8.
Next up, I wonder if we flip these. Texans and 49ers sit here next for me. I bump it just a little bit for the D'Amico Ryans factor and playing against his former team. But I had this much higher up until about last night. And around the fourth quarter of that football game, and I watched what the Texans wanted to call efficient offense in the red zone, which was anything but efficient. It was absolutely asinine. It was unwatchable. It was horrible. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know how they are operating as a football team. If I were a defensive player on the Houston Texans, I would be so fed up with how that offense is playing right now. Borderline mutiny opportunity for this Texans team if they play horribly like they do. The Niners play sound on the offensive and defensive side as well. They want to play these games under 2 hours, let's be honest with you, and it could be one of those as well. 49ers Texans sits here right for me.
Yeah, we did switch these two. I had this lower at number 9. I don't know why. I just am not interested in this game. I think the Texas defense is very, very good, but I came into today with the one thing that I wanted to say on air. This Texans offense is absolutely horrendous.
Horrible.
I mean, they were making me mad, and I'm not even a Texans fan. Their 2 running backs, Woody Marks and Nick Chubb, combined for 15 carries for 31 rushing yards. That is just over 2 yards a carry, and that is not a good sign for this game because I think the 49ers are like flying around, especially those linebackers that are filling in for Fred Warner.
There was a 4th and 15 call, and what they did was roll C.J. Stroud out to the right and just say, I'm going to just throw it to Woody Marks, who's in between a double team because he's 5'9", and of course he can get the ball. And he just gets blasted.
Like, dude, if you looked at our group chat
what is happening?
If you just looked at our group chat thread, I was throwing expletives everywhere because of how bad this Texas team was looking.
It was a crime to football. Next up, Chargers Vikings on Thursday night. I kind of sit here and I just want more from both of these teams. That's where I'm at with both of them. Chargers have been kind of a big disappointment the last couple of weeks in terms of how they played. But let's be honest with you. The injury bug is something I can't really blame for them, but they got to be better. And their defense is one that is a lot to be desired with how the Colts played against them on Sunday. Throughout the yellow uniforms, by the way. The Vikings on the flip side, Carson Wentz looks just a little bit like Carson Wentz right now in terms of it, and that is alluding to the bad version of Carson Wentz. But there's a lot of drama, it seems like, around this quarterback controversy around the Minnesota Vikings, and I don't know what we'll quite get on Thursday night. The Vikings seem like vanilla ice cream. It's perfectly fine, but I don't know if it'll get you far in terms of it, and that's where I feel about this Thursday night game.
I have this all the way at number 2.
Really?
Yes. There's an analytical reason for it and a non-analytical reason for it. I think both these offenses have a lot of weapons that can really exploit both defenses, and I think we could see a high-scoring game. The other reason, we have had a streak of like 4 Thursday night football games that have been absolutely insane. We had Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. Last week we had the Bengals and Steelers. And I think we could see that streak continue. And so that's why it's number 2 for me.
This is where it all ends this week right now.
We continue.
Next up, I got the Panthers and the Bills in Carolina. The Panthers, hey, undefeated at home, can run the football, has a two-headed monster potentially in Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. They certainly didn't give me confidence of how they played against the New York Jets, but that doesn't matter. They got a win and a win. We certainly look like we're going to get Andy Dalton in this game taking on the Buffalo Bills, and the Bills are certainly one of the worst historical run defenses right now in the National Football League. And so I wonder if the matchup is going to be an issue for this Buffalo team. I'm very curious on the matchup of this game. Man, if the Bills lose to the Panthers here, call it red alert in terms of it, DEFCON 1. I'm intrigued about the stakes in this one.
Yeah, I have this at number 4 for that exact reason. I think that this game can perform at a level because of the two teams involved, but I also think like the Bills are a team that everybody thinks is a Super Bowl contender, and they've lost now 2 games where honestly they should have won, at the Falcons and versus the Patriots, right? And this could be a game where, as you said, the alarms are ringing. So yeah, give this to me a little bit higher because I think there are very much stakes involved. And imagine the Panthers go to 5-3. That would be insane.
I couldn't. I can't say what I was going to say on air. There's an Eastbound and Down clip of a guy, but it's a lot of cuss words. But my friend feels like that if the Panthers beat the Bills. Next up, Eagles and Giants make my top 5 in terms of it in Philly. I can't believe these two teams literally played like 10 days ago in terms of it, and they're going to have to play again. The Giants certainly with their just foray in Denver that ended in one of the most historic collapses we've ever seen. I'll tell you what, the Giants are going to give you everything, no matter what they do when they play a football game, and I can't wait to see if they can certainly lean on the same formula to beat Philly, or has Philly found something in that aspect as well. I think this game's going to tell me a lot about Philly. I think it's going to tell me a lot about both of these teams in this game, and that's why I got it at number 5.
I also have this at number 5. Division matchup with two of these teams. I think the Giants are one of the more exciting teams to watch win or lose. And we've seen 2 Giants wins at home, which have been very impressive, and 2 Giants losses on the road, which have been pretty terrible. So I think this team is in – they have the ability to make this game interesting. I think the Eagles, they had a great performance against the Vikings. I feel like – we need another win from them to really put them back on that pedestal before that Giants loss. So yeah, give this to me at number 5.
Next up, Monday Night Football, Chiefs and Commanders, and I think the Chiefs obviously are rounding out into their form. We always kind of knew this was showing up from the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now 4-3 and above 500 for the first time this year, and they could certainly feast potentially on this Commanders team, but I'll present this to you. I actually think they do better on offense right now when Mariota's been in as opposed to when Jaden Daniels has been in. I think Daniels has not been completely healthy so far this year, and I actually feel like they run the ball better when Mariota has played. And so I'm genuinely curious about that. Chiefs have a struggle on mobility in the quarterback side of things, on the running ability of some teams sometimes. I think this is a closer matchup than people think, and I want to be curious on how these two teams will respond. Monday night, longer week, Chiefs Commanders.
Yeah, I have this at number 6, a little bit lower. I just think the Commanders are they're ripping at the seams a little bit. Like I feel like this team's falling apart slightly because we had such these high expectations after the NFC Championship run, and I feel like they didn't really supplement the things that we needed to see in the offseason. I think the Chiefs with Rashee Rice back have an amazing passing attack, and the Commanders are sitting in the bottom tier of passing defenses. So I have this a little lower because I do genuinely believe this has blowout written on it, Jaden Daniels or not.
Next up, Steelers Packers Sunday Night Football. The only reason it's only a 3, it's obviously the storylines abound, but in terms of the ability of these two teams, I would say the Packers are certainly finding ways to win, which is an admirable trait in the National Football League in terms of it. But let's be honest with you, it is a team that is needing an identity on both sides of the ball in the way they play. The Steelers, of course, there's a lot of juice with what Aaron Rodgers can provide and what he can do against this Packers team, who I don't think has really taken their season seriously. I am curious who grabs the bull by the horns in this football game. I think whoever jumps out to an early lead in this football game will certainly feel like they are in the driver's seat, although the Steelers blew a big-time lead against the Bengals last time they played. So this game will tell us a lot. This game is going to be interesting. This game has a lot of drama to it. I'll put Steelers-Packers here.
Yeah, I have Steelers-Packers at 3. You know, when we found out that this was going to be Sunday Night Football last week, I was like, okay, I like it. Packers somehow, some way, every week find a way to play down to their opponents and somehow, some way find a way to win. I feel like this team has like Minnesota Vikings 2023 written all over it, and but regardless of that, like, they churn out great games, and I think this could be another great one with Aaron Rodgers versus Jordan Love. So yeah, this is a number 3 for me.
You want me to break your brain for a little bit?
Let's do it.
There's 6 5-win teams in the NFC, yet the Packers are the number 1 team with 4 wins.
I saw that today. 4-1-1, and they're number 1 with every other team in the playoffs 5-2.
Crazy. Next up, Ravens Bears is my number 2 team, number 2 game of the week. Ravens and Bears. The Ravens are in the back against the wall situation. They got to go full throttle in terms of getting wins and getting wins quickly. Bears are a prime candidate to be one to start a winning streak on. Lamar Jackson back in this football game. Desperation, absolutely, to bring their season back from the dead in this one. Or will we find out that the Bears are for real a team that can win 5 in a row and a team that can be in the NFC conversation after some, I would say, shaky performances overall? I don't think people are buying the Bears just quite yet, but I think they can still buy the Bears now, especially with, obviously, I think we know is a very vulnerable Ravens defense. So outside of all of it, I think this game has a lot to offer. I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, this game is much lower for me. I have this at number 7. Only due to the fact that Lamar Jackson did not practice today. And I feel like if he misses practice tomorrow, we may not see him. And every time the Lamar Jackson is not on the field, this Ravens team has been absolutely terrible. So, yeah, I have this much lower just because I don't know if Lamar Jackson will be there, and therefore I don't think this will be a competitive game.
And at number 1, I think we both have the same one.
Yep.
We have Denver versus Dallas. The Cowboys and the Broncos in the Mile High City. And what more do we have to ask for both of these teams? The two teams that feel like they're in a football game no matter what, with the way their offenses can play or at least explode. Did Denver unlock something last week? Who knows? Maybe the Giants just gave it to them in that aspect of it. But I think there's a blueprint for the Broncos to be a very good team in this National Football League. But outside of that, Dallas can explode on you, can make things happen on the offensive side of the ball. I think Dak is still very much in an MVP conversation with the way he's really dragged this team through 7 weeks so far. It's going to be important for Dallas to win this one, I would say, to at least put a feather in the cap and say there's a win, a signature win we actually finally have to say we can be a potential playoff team in terms of it. If you look at the standings concurrently, the Cowboys are at the same rank as the Raiders right now on either side of the conference. So that goes to show you how much tougher the NFC is. Fascinated by this one. Could be a lot of drama in Denver.
Yeah, we were talking earlier how basically every one of our number 1 games have been absolutely terrible. And
this can't fail, right?
I feel like if this game is terrible, we have a real curse on our hands because both of these teams so entertaining. Bo Nix and company having a massive 33-point fourth quarter performance and winning against the Giants in a comeback. That was insane. Definitely top 10 game of the season. The Cowboys have been one of the most electric offenses, and we saw that against the Commanders with CeeDee Lamb back. Now they're really cooking. I think this could be a very, very good game. But again, as we said, if this is bad, we got a curse on our hands.
I just shrug. I simply will just shrug. All right, and that is your Bonatti Blitz, brought to you by Grocery Outlet. All right, great picks. Let's take a break. When we come back, we wrap up the hour next on 1430 ESPN.
Everybody, Paul Metters here, host of the Central Valley Sports Report. I want to give a big shout out to Clovis Stone, Masonry, and Landscape Supply, proud supporters of all high school athletics, especially our Clovis schools. For over 50 years, they've been the Valley's go-to for natural and artificial stone, brick, block, bark, hummus, you name it, they've got it, with fast delivery available. Find them on Sunnyside, just south of Herndon and Clovis, or online at clovisstone.net. Fall improvement starts here at Clovis Stone.
Fall has arrived at Patrick James, where style meets tradition. Come in and see the latest items from the brands you love. Peter Millar, Robert Graham, Faraday, and True Grit, just to name a few. Stop by and experience our brand new Shop in Shops, featuring Johnny O and the very first Martin Dingman shop west of the Rockies. Discover finely crafted apparel, exceptional service, and a locally owned store that's been serving the Valley for generations. Patrick James, where looking your best begins this fall.
Summer's winding down, and fall is the perfect time to get your home ready for the cooler nights ahead. At Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, we've been keeping Fresno families comfortable since 1981. A seasonal service now means peace of mind all winter long, knowing your system is ready when you need it most. When the holidays come, your home will be cozy and welcoming for everyone who walks through the door. Don't miss out on the comfort you deserve. Call Lee's Air today and step into the season with confidence.
Hey Spooky Stoners, Valley Pure is brewing deals that'll raise your spirits. Get 50% off aging flour from Valley Pure, Cowgirl, and Dots while supplies last. It's frighteningly good. You want more magic? Snag a pre-roll for just a penny with the purchase of any Valley Pure, Cowgirl, or Dots products. Exclusions apply. Stop by any of our 5 Valley Pure locations or order on the app for quick pickup before these ghostly goodies vanish into thin air. Elevate your stash this spooky season with Valley Pure, if you dare.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
At Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, our customers tell us they like Kubota better than Blue Tractors because of less downtime and easier controls. It's more cost-effective to own and operate, and it just keeps running when the season's on the line. That's why they trust Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, for both sales and service, especially after harvest. With Fresno and Reedley locations, Pioneer Equipment, your authorized Kubota dealer, is ready for you. Visit pioneerequipmentca.com, where orange means go.
Your Fresno State Bulldogs are fighting for that Mountain West Championship. There's nothing better than rooting for your Bulldogs as they battle it out on the gridiron, representing your city of Fresno. Bring the whole family and get loud cheering on your Bulldogs at Valley Children's Stadium all season long. Be sure to check out GoBulldogs.com today for information on special events and to grab your tickets for upcoming home games. Go Dogs!
Welcome to A Plus Signs.
Thanks. Yeah, I need some custom exterior signs for my business.
Great. What's the name of your business?
C Plus Signs.
Wait, you own a sign company?
Yep, C Plus Signs.
And you want us, A Plus Signs, to make your signs?
Yeah, I need them really fast, and we can't touch our turnaround times.
We are kind of known for that.
For signs that stop traffic, drive traffic, and even direct traffic, call A Plus Signs.
Remember, A Plus has great technicians to service and repair signs, too.
Yeah, we got a guy, but he's afraid of ladders.
Lakers 2.5-point dog tonight. Over under 227.5. To me, NBA over unders. I don't have any modicum of idea of how to predict those correctly. But Lakers 2.5-point dogs at home against the Warriors tonight. No LeBron. Feels like a good line. I'm obviously going to be very biased in picking the Warriors tonight in terms of that. I think they do absolutely cover. I think 2.5 is such a weird line to me because usually you get in your NBA regular season, you get to about 8 or 9 in the margin just because of the fouling in terms of that. So I go Warriors. I go cover on the road. I think they're just matched up better. I think they're set up better to win this game tonight. Where are you at, Tanvir?
Yeah, I agree. I think that 2.5 is kind of. I think if you're gonna pick the Warriors, you're gonna pick the Warriors money.
Yeah,
of course. So, I'll take Warriors even with the points.
Yeah,
I think they win by at least 5.
It's kind of just a whatever happens number in terms of it anyway.
I also think that the Lakers playing at home is a reason for that.
Yeah,
possibly,
true.
But
I don't know, because in the NFL it's always like, well, the home team gets 3 points. I don't know what the equivalent is to NBA.
Nah, yeah, for sure. But I just think the Warriors are just a better roster, especially like at this point of the season. You know,
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Butler will have a big game today. I think that we're going to see a lot of good performances from the Warriors.
For sure. The Bruins just played a montage to Brad Marchand, and I think he's starting to cry on the bench, and this is going to make me feel emotions that I didn't know I wanted to feel. So I'm going to avoid looking at the TV right now for the moment, as we have one more minute of this segment left to go. Gives me a good opportunity to tell you the schedule right now. Over on 790 right now, the Sharks and Islanders playing a really drunk hockey game right now. 3-2 Islanders in the first intermission as of right now. Correct? I think so. It's 3-2 Islanders over there. It is first intermission. Lakers Warriors coming up tonight, like I said. Tomorrow, we just have Sunbird Sports Show at 6 p.m. over on 790. We'll have my show full 3 hours tomorrow. A couple of great guests, by the way, coming up tomorrow. I'll tell you about it at the end of the show today. Thursday, we'll have Sportsline Bulldog with Tony D 2 to 3. We'll have my show from 3 to 5, and then we'll have the Thursday night football matchup, Vikings and Chargers from SoFi. Sharks and Rangers over on 790 on Thursday, starting at 3:30 pregame with a 4 p.m. Puck drop. Friday, we'll have Sportsline Bulldog with Tony D 2 to 3. We'll have my show from 3 to 5 p.m. We'll have our Friday Night Lights, 6:30 pregame with a 7 p.m. kickoff from Collegian. It's Clovis at Central East. I'm telling you, this is the game of the year in terms of Friday Night Lights so far. If you have nowhere to be, that is the game to be at in terms of high school football here in the Central Valley. World Series gets underway Friday with Dodgers and Blue Jays from Toronto. Game 1, 7:90. That'll be a 5 p.m. first pitch. I believe we will have a pregame too there. I think it's going to be around 4:30, but we are going to verify that for you as well. So some of the schedule coming up for the next few days for you as well. All right. You know him. You love him. He's coming in next. It's Asa for the afternoons here in the final hour. We're going to have some fun in the 5 o'clock hour next here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Quick, where can you find a great selection of Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, Serta, and Mattress First bedding? Easy. The same place you'll find adjustable beds, sheets, pillows, mattress protectors, and more. Sleep Retreat, Inside Fashion Furniture. It's worth the time to walk through and imagine what your home could look like with beautiful new furniture. Or how comfortable you'll be on your new mattress. Fashion Furniture on El Paso, across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California.
Football fans, it's Phil Bonatti with Behind the Bench. The season is heating up, so bring your tailgate to mid-season form with Grocery Outlet in Kerman, Sanger, and Fresno's Southeast, Downtown, and Northwest stores. Stock up and save big on quality meats, snacks, drinks, beer, and wine. The same great quality, but always at lower prices. And while you're there, enter the Tailgate Ready contest to win 2 tickets to the next Fresno State home game, plus $100 for your tailgate. Only at Kerman, Sanger, and Fresno's Southeast, Downtown, and Northwest Grocery Outlets.
Game day just got a whole lot sweeter and a little bit saucier. KFC's bringing back one of the most requested plays in menu history, the original Honey Barbecue. That's right, that sweet, smoky, finger-licking legend for the late 90s is back and better than ever. Now you can get that classic Honey Barbecue flavor on everything, including their 2-piece chicken combo for $10.99 or the original Honey Barbecue chicken sandwich for $11.99. The original Honey Barbecue, sweet, savory, and back in the game. And it's happening only at KFC.
There's no such thing as an off-season. When the days get shorter and the fields aren't up to par, it's time to train smarter at Elite Performance Center in Clovis. This full-service indoor facility has batting cages, drills, clinics, and one-on-one lessons with elite coaches, former D1 athletes, MLB vets, and even Fresno State softball players. Whether it's a single lane, a private lesson, or the whole 6-cage facility, Elite Performance Center is here for individuals, groups, and teams. Find Elite on Barstow, just east of Clovis Avenue, or online at ElitePerformanceCenterCA.com. Elite Performance Center. Train like the elite.
Hey Fresno, Chris Swart out here, operating partner Jack's Car Wash Companies, located on the southwest corner of Cedar and Shepherd. Don't miss out on this winning combo.
That's right, Jack's Car Wash has a brand new Pepsi and Coke soda fountain, plus a new Keurig coffee station featuring your favorite national brands. Plus, Jack's full detailing is backed by popular demand. Schedule yours today by calling 435-7335.
Jack's Car Wash and ESPN Fresno, the double play of a great car wash and a great broadcast. Let's go Giants!
Are you an athlete ready to level up your performance the raw way? Introducing the Raw Athlete Program from Raw Farm. High schoolers, college athletes, gym warriors, and pros, Raw Farm wants you to see why professional athletes and nutritionists are fueling up with Raw Farm raw whole milk to hit their team goals and personal gains. Raw Farm is the best 100% A2 cream top from seasonally grass-grazed cows, non-GMO, certified humane, 100% made in America, and crafted for serious gains. Visit rawfarmsusa.com to learn more and find it at your local Sprouts location through the nation.
Get ready for the ultimate Monday Night Showdown, only at Chakchansi Gold. Starting September 8th through December 29th, win your share of $80,000 in giveaways, including $51,000 in e-cash. Earn entries all day Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. Then join us for drawings every Monday from 5 to 8 p.m. Swipe your rewards card during the game inside Firehouse Lounge for a free entry into over $28,000 in prizes, including football gear and more. Game day starts here at Chakchansi Gold.
Hey, this is Coach Spencer. The 9th annual Fresno State Alumni and Friends Classic tees off Monday, November 3rd at Sunnyside Country Club. Join us for this premier two-man best ball tournament featuring Nat Gross and alumni flights. All proceeds benefit the Fresno State men's golf program, helping student athletes succeed on and off the course. Space is limited to the first 55 teams, so don't wait. Register by October 27th. For details, contact my email, cspencer@mail.fresnostate.edu.
Your home for high school sports. 1430 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader. KFIG Fresno.
I'm Nick Taluka. Tip-off of the NBA season. It's ring night in Oklahoma City. The defending champion Thunder hosting the Rockets, and Kevin Durant's Houston debut making the return to Oklahoma City tonight. Thunder are favorites to win the 2026 NBA title at ESPN Bet, trying to be the first repeat champ in the NBA since the Warriors did it in 2017 and 2018. The Rockets on top by 4, 21-17, 5:31 remaining in the opening quarter, as Kevin Durant has 4 points in his Rockets debut to this point as he tries to help the team get going. 2 of 3 from the field. Amen Thompson in double figures early on 4 of 6 from the field so far tonight. The Rockets shooting 60%. OKC not far behind at 58% for the night. It's been all Chet Holmgren, 13 points, a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. Still looking for the first points for Finals MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tonight. Coverage continues on ESPN radio affiliates and on the ESPN app. Warriors and Lakers opening up their seasons tonight as well. No LeBron set to miss his first opener in his 23-year career tonight. The Knicks getting going tomorrow against the Cavaliers. Ruled out forward Mitchell Robinson, and guard Josh Hart. Mike Brown making his Knicks head coaching debut in that one. While in the NFL, the one-game suspension of Denver linebacker Dre Greenlaw has been upheld on appeal, so he'll be out in Week 8.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Wednesday, Kurt Warner joins me in studio for his weekly NFL breakdown. Comedian Tom Papa is in studio, plus my latest NFL power rankings. That's on the Wednesday edition of the Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again. In anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
The 20th head coach in Fresno State history here, Matt. Is it hard to believe sometimes still the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. But super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right, Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader, here on this wonderful Tuesday, October 21st, day. 5 o'clock hour. Haven't had one of these in a while. 5 o'clock hour here on 1430 ESPN. Geeky up to 6 o'clock before we send it out to Los Angeles for the Lakers and the Warriors in a moment of time in about an hour or so from there. NBA's season is tipped off, and we are observing it as we roll along here on the show, and we will be talking about it momentarily. A reminder, Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430. The way to reach our show, 559-320-1430. The way to reach our show. It is good to be joined by our lovely friend Asa of the program here. Asa in the afternoons. First time we've truly had Asa in the afternoons for a little bit here, but it's good to have you in the 5 o'clock hour. You're back in your element a little bit.
A bit, yeah. Now that I'm here on an actual Tuesday,
you can feel like you can actually like unleash yourself on the 5 o'clock hour.
A little bit, yeah.
The other times we've had you on, it's been more in the fill-in, like just have you in some random hours here, but it feels like you're back home. Right?
Yeah, I love it.
There
Thanks for having me.
There you go. I wanted to ask this question. I invited Tanvir here to be a part of this conversation. Is there an effective way to play a tribute video where you can benefit your team to effectively mess with the guy you're tributing in a game? I asked this question because I just saw the Bruins implement a video to Brad Marchand, and the guy got emotional, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a strategic element to when you play the tribute video to get the guy into an emotional wreck.
like there's something like unsavory about it.
Like when Luka goes to Dallas and you just want to wreck the guy's soul for a little bit in terms of the memories. Like, you don't do it right away. You do it somewhere where you're trailing by 10. You need to run, and you need the guy out of his headspace a little bit, right?
Now, here's how you do it, right? You don't do it at the start of the game, because that's when they're expecting it.
Yep.
Right?
Of course.
So then they're going to get mad past halftime that they didn't get one.
What the hell?
But then you do it, if we're talking basketball, we do it at the end of the third quarter. And so going into the fourth quarter, you have them emotional. I think that would be a perfect game plan.
Oh, you do one of those, and then you have like a picture of their dog or something.
Yeah. Just a dog?
Yeah, just a dog.
Just a dog?
Yeah.
You're not even their dog?
Just like Getty Images, like stock photo of a dog.
That's the closing shot.
Just like a Photoshop of their head with like a Getty Image family. Like just...
And then you leave like the watermark on.
Yes, of course you do. That would be so fantastic. We'd be
silly.
Here's the threshold too. Like what constitutes the tribute video for people, right? Like what is the threshold? What do they have to accomplish for you to achieve the tribute video? Because I think there's been some pretty ridiculous examples of them lately. I think some I'm trying to think of like some certain examples I've seen before where like, really, he got a tribute video? Like if Russ went back to like Houston for a little bit, like would he get a tribute video? Like I don't know in terms of it, but like
I thought you were gonna say like Russell Wilson if he went back to Denver.
Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry, I'm in the NBA mode right now.
Yeah, okay.
But in terms of it, or what do you have to do to earn the tribute video for you when you return to the team?
I really don't know. I don't know what the litmus test is.
Is it a championship? Is that or is it like just 10 years?
Or would you be? Do you have to be eligible for like the Hall of Pretty Good at least?
I don't know. Like what is it, Tanvir? What do you got?
Yeah, I think there's got to be something that happened like where you made an impact on the team for an extended period of time.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the minimum. I think you could be respectful.
He got us a couple wild card games. Like let's get him a video. Don't forget the dog.
I'm looking up absurd tribute video moments in sports. Let's see if we got any examples as far as that. I don't know if I've actually like. No, Google sucks, so I can't figure it out in terms of it. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of
there's got to be a ludicrous one out there.
Like if the Lakers went and played in Washington, suddenly they just dropped a Rui Hachimura tribute video in terms of it, right? Like, come on, Wizards, you know what to do. Remember these times. What's the song that plays at the end of Fast Six? With the guy who sings Black and Yellow. I can't remember his name.
I thought you were saying "See You Again."
Yeah.
Okay, that was Fast 7.
It was Fast 7 when Don drives away from Paul Walker.
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody, all the guys cry, including me in the theater. Top 5 crying moment in the theater for me in terms of it. I am that guy. All right, glad we spent time on this conversation because I'm enjoying that aspect of it. Ace, good to have you, bud.
Thanks for having me, Phil. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back, and good to have you talking sports here. I am not going to put you in a bad spot, but I am just going to – I just want to ask you about just – we're not going to go deep in the NBA talk, but NBA starts tonight.
Yep.
You're trying to field your interest into it. You dove into it a little bit.
Yep. Into
you last year. I'm not pretending to ask you to be an expert on it, but how locked in are you on the NBA season this year?
I'm not gonna lie, man. It kind of snuck up on me a little bit. I think me and Steph tried to. I think we talked about like, okay, are we gonna watch preseason? Like, are we gonna go ham or what? And then I think I caught like the last preseason game, and the Lakers like did not look good. And then like I was like, where the hell's LeBron? And then I think I came here. Where were we? We were hanging out. We were doing something. And you're like, yeah, LeBron's got like sciatica or something. And I'm like, oh, God, what?
Yeah. I think it was Sunday when we went to a
that's right. That was Sunday. And I'm like, I didn't even know LeBron was hurt. I thought they were just like, he's old. Just sit him for a preseason game.
That's what I said. I'm like, dude, just like retire. That's my other take on it.
Like sciatica is such like an old guy like problem too.
I wouldn't have put it past it if LeBron like got a case of the shingles lately. like he's like one step away from.
I cannot wait to see LeBron on the injury report, like report illness, and then like I see a tweet. Oh yeah, he's got shingles.
He's got shingles.
He flared up.
What are other old people diseases out there in terms of it?
Gout.
Gout. That's crazy. Slip disc.
Oh, dude, come on. I knew I was old when I fell down in a pit. Well, one, I was at a Mom Jean show, and I think I was the oldest one there. And then like I fell down in the pit, and I ended up slipping a disc. That's how I knew I was old.
LeBron questionable with cataracts. Anyway, hey, he'll spot you still.
He's not gonna be able to drive himself to the crypto center anymore.
That's why he's got Bronny.
I know. He's got to have Bronny take him to games.
He's got Bronny taking him.
He's got old guy problems.
He's all good. He just, LeBron just needs to see the shapes, man. He doesn't need to see like
Jameis Winston out there just dodging shapes.
He's just got to go block shapes, right?
It's like when the play-in game between the Warriors and the Lakers, he was like he got poked in the eye. He had that 3-pointer at the end of the game, and he was like out in the interview afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, I was seeing 3 hoops out there." I'm like, "Yeah, this guy's used to it at this point."
What's that moment where he had the glasses? Somebody lost their glasses.
Yeah, it was
and he like put
Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter lost his,
and he just like put on they popped out of the guy's like the goggles, and he just put the glasses on. He just kind of like looked around, like tried to keep them on his face. It was
Amazing
such a strange moment.
Oh, another one, glaucoma.
Glaucoma?
Yeah,
glaucoma. Yikes. I mean, sciatica. Let's hope LeBron recovers.
Yeah,
and everything.
Get well soon,
my guy. Anyways. Lakers going to be tough this year in terms of it, but I think there's a path. The path is not this current roster, in my opinion. The path is what they need to see. I think it's going to be a lot of evaluation the next couple months, assess, and then they have to make a move. I think there has to be a move somewhere in there with this team. It's just a matter of where it'll come from, what they have in terms of what they need, and what they have in terms of what they already got that they can lean on more and enhance. And so I say this version of the Lakers is not winning a title, but I'm not saying the Lakers can't win a title this year. That's just where I simply sit at it.
I'm trying to figure out what they have in terms of capital because, I mean, this is my first year watching the draft, and I'm like, I'm not seeing any yellow and purple here. I feel like the same like 14. The only 4 teams drafted a player in this draft.
Where are the Lakers draft picks right now in terms of it? Do we have an assessment of what they have in the future bank for it, Tanvir? I think they got a first round next year. It looks like they do have a first rounder next year. They have a first rounder in 28. They have a first rounder in 2030. So outside of 27 and 29, they still have some first rounders. I don't know what the rules are in terms of how many first rounders you can deal away, because I think there is a cap in terms of what you can give away in terms of it. I don't know. Is draft capital the one that the Lakers can lean on in terms of that? Is that enough for the Lakers to? Because it's not like if the Lakers are trying to be better now, the 26th first round pick is not going to certainly yield much value to it. You're trying to get those 2032 years in terms of it, but then the question is like, well, you're in prime Luka, so like, where's the value there? So draft picks aren't certainly the way to go, but unless there's a catastrophic failure of this team in the next 3 or 4 years. But that's, I think, the only move they got. So
they're in a very weird position because you don't necessarily have the players that you can use as capital for a trade. I think the one guy I would say that you could do that to is probably Austin Reeves, but I love Austin Reeves on this Lakers team, and I feel like
he's such a glue player.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just throw him in wherever, and he, keeps his head above water at worst.
Yes, he's clearly the third best player in my opinion. Yeah, you could argue Rui, but I personally believe Austin Reeves is their third best player. But again, draft capital doesn't necessarily have the same effect in the NBA as it does in the NFL, I would say. I feel like NFL draft picks are definitely used a lot more in terms of these type of trades, but I feel like they're in a position where you don't necessarily have the guys to trade away, and you don't necessarily have the draft picks either. So I feel like I think there's also a little bit of a stigma, like we don't want to trade to the Lakers because I feel like that would just turn them into a much better team.
Unless you're the Dallas Mavericks. Go just total road.
Right.
For NBA.
So, yeah, I don't know how much leverage the Lakers really have in terms of the trade market.
Like, is there ability to flip some of the younger assets to it? Like, is Connect, like, I don't know if Connect gives you anything anymore. He kind of lost his luster in terms of it, but maybe there's an intrigue there. Is Jackson Hayes young enough for a 25-year-old piece that's like a project still, it feels like, in terms of it? But the Lakers certainly feel like he can fit in to what they have, especially if Ayton doesn't work out in terms of it. Vanderbilt's only 26. He's but I think he's on the cheaper of what he can provide in terms of it at $11 million total in salary. So,
I also don't know who you could put on this team and instantly turn them into a championship contender.
Yeah.
Like, how much more? I feel like depth is their biggest issue. It's not necessarily the starting five. I think the starting five is really good. You got Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic.
But who's coming off your bench when you need the rest time?
That's the issue. And now we're looking at, I don't know how much you could trade for bench depth. And also, on top of that, you need those draft picks in the future. LeBron's not going to be here for the next, I feel like he's got 2 years at most.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm tripping because LeBron's an absolute alien, but you need those draft picks. I feel like they're just stuck in this situation. You got to just play with the guys that you have and just hope that JJ Redick can get something out of this team.
Yeah. You need adults in the room, I think. Just a few more adults in the room in terms of it who have seen it, been there, done that kind of situation in terms of it. If you look at some other team, like, it would have been great if the Lakers got like an Al Horford. Like, I just kind of think of a guy like
Agreed.
that. That's like somewhat role kind of guy, but he's been in there, done that, certainly can just fit in where he needs to fit into that aspect. That's why I thought the Ayton signing was like, at least there's a body there, but I don't think it gives me hope that he can provide like what an Al Horford could provide, and he's a little more expensive in that sense. But then again, Ayton did go on a finals run. That was in 2021. It was a little bit long ago now, but I'm not asking him to be what he was then. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to pay attention to what it's got. I don't know. There's a lot to make of this season for sure. You mentioned preseason, by the way. I want to ask this question real quick, and then we could take a break.
Okay.
Get to the 5 of 5. Is the NBA preseason the most useless preseason? What's the most useless preseason in sports? Is it baseball?
If I had to rank it, no.
No,
I think spring
baseball's
training is
spring training. I think NBA to me is the most useless preseason out there.
Yes.
I am going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say hockey.
Okay.
I think Summer League is worth a little bit more than hockey preseason. That's just me. But it's between those two for me, because NFL, I think, is clearly the number one. And I think
guys are fighting for spots.
Exactly.
There's a whole thing about that.
And I think number two, is MLB. I would say.
Yeah.
I think that makes a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, especially because like the players are so young, and it's like, okay, like we just got some kids out of high school, like what do they got? Like where in the system are they going to start?
Mm-hmm.
And then like I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, yeah, NBA preseason kind of worthless.
Does anybody lock into NBA preseason?
Yeah, like, the guys that are going to start regardless. And then you have hockey, and it's like, well, we got a new piece. Like, let's see where he goes. And it's like they're just going to get sent to the minors anyway.
Yeah,
unless you're a first rounder, in which case it's like, well,
but
go out there.
To me, I think NHL preseason still kind of has its weight because it's such a sport you need to ramp up for, in my opinion, to get into where you need to get into in terms of the fluidity of the
like
sport.
Conditioning and like
conditioning and feeling out the hits a little bit more and the contact into it. And to me, I don't think you hardly see any of the stars playing preseason anymore in the NBA, if that at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
it's just draft class scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know. I get more out of summer league than I think I get out of NBA preseason, in my opinion. They should just move summer league to like later.
Summer league to preseason.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do agree with you guys. I think NBA is pretty useless in terms of that. Because, I mean, you do see some stars here and there, but, like, you know, the regular season has come to a point in the NBA, I would say, where you're not going to be paying 100% attention unless you are a super fan of this team. But, yeah, preseason, I feel like, is pretty useless for the NBA. I think Summer League does have its place, though.
Yeah. Okay. Good discussion overall, for sure. I will take a break. We're going to take a break right now. We got a 5 of 5 to get to. I haven't touched any of the MLB, by the way. A lot of people probably got a lot of thoughts about last night's baseball game. World Series is set. Big matchup now. The Dodgers got to go to Toronto to start game 1 on Friday, and this is going to be a fascinating World Series, to say the least. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk about it all next on 1430 ESPN, Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
When you think of California business machines, it wouldn't surprise me if you automatically thought 3-cent color copies. It's something CBM has become locally famous for. But now there's something else business owners are calling about: business phone systems. It's a beautiful thing. Copiers, printers, office phone systems, all with one simple call to California Business Machines. 559-225-5570 or online at cbmsolution.com.
Get ready for game day with Toledo's Football Party Pack. 2 dips, queso, guacamole, or bean and chorizo. Order online, pick it up fast at any of the 3 locations, and you're set. Or head to Toledo's new sports bar at Cedar and Knees, the Valley's new game day headquarters, for your favorite college and NFL matchups on the big screens. And you'll love their happy hour, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5. Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 10, with $10 apps and $7 house margaritas. Toledo's Mexican Restaurant, your winning game plan.
Are you ready to lock in serious savings? Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning and Solar wants you to know that December 31st is the deadline for your new solar system to be operational to take advantage of the 30% federal tax credit. That's right, you can save 30% on your investment in clean, renewable energy. But the clock is ticking. Solar doesn't just save you money, it gives you energy independence, shields you from rising utility rates, and adds value to your home. And when you choose Donald P. Dick, you're working with a trusted local family business with 55 years of experience. Call Mr. Cool today. Get a free solar quote. The number is 559-255-1644. Take control of your power and your savings. Call the company with over 5 decades of experience. Write this number down. Call Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning and Solar at 255-1644. That's 255-1644.
Fall is here, and it's time to get moving at Valley Athletics. Phil Bonatti from Behind the Bench telling you about the new programs coming up. Starting in October, you can sign up for monthly memberships for 1st through 8th graders working on volleyball, basketball, and strength and agility. You can sign up right at the website valleyathletics.co. Speaking of signups, Basketball Winter Youth League starts October 28th. Available for boys and girls K through 6th grade. With such great facilities, be sure to take advantage of them by signing up for gym rentals and now birthday party rentals as well. Valley Athletics, developing the athlete in everyone.
You'll find them at every big box hardware store.
Are you sure we carry that?
We've all met at least once, or tried to chase one down. Legally and by all appearances, they are employees.
Customer assistance to hardware?
But they are the unhelpfuls.
Do any of you know where I can find one?
Nope. Because sometimes the hardest thing to find at a big box store is help. So you should probably come to Fresno Ag Hardware. All the hardware you need, and the help to find it.
A what?
Hey Bulldog fans, Marcus McMarron here. You know, on the field, it's all about trust, performance, and results. That's why you got to go to Ed Dina's Auto Center. They treat you like family with unbeatable prices and a winning lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Get in the game. with a ride you can count on. Visit Ed Dina's Auto Center today, where the deals are always a touchdown.
What's your ultimate game day experience? A tricked out man cave? Deluxe tailgate? Then enter the 5-Hour Energy Football Sweepstakes for a chance to win $10,000 and make your ultimate game day experience a reality. To enter, buy any 5-Hour Energy product and upload the receipt. It's that easy. The 5-Hour Energy Football Sweepstakes. Enter today.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 and a legal resident of the U.S. Ends December 10th, 2021. For official rules and how to enter without purchase, visit 5hesport.com. Void where prohibited.
Back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. I think only one of us loves LA right now in terms of what the World Series will present. But hey, Tanvir's in charge of the music right now, so I'll let it slide.
I was like, I wonder how mad he's gonna get today.
I've never heard that song a day in my life.
That's what they play after Dodger win, right?
Yep.
It's the song they play after the
You
Dodgers
should
win.
be used to that as a Diamondbacks fan.
He doesn't go to Dodger Stadium. He's a Diamondbacks fan. Bro, check 2023, bro.
I will never,
check that sweep.
I will never forget Corbin Carroll, who does not hit well off of lefties, just crushing a home run off of Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, my God.
In Dodger Stadium. That was a good day.
The Clayton Kershaw lead giving up moment in Dodger Stadium is going to hit so hard in Game 3 when Vladdy goes absolutely nuclear to left field.
If I see him on the mound, please. Stop it now.
Good joke.
We gave you a send-off for a reason.
Okay, you're good now. You can leave.
Bye. Who gave him a parking pass?
Clayton Kershaw is like the student you send off to college and he comes back a week later saying he wants dinner. You know what I mean?
It's like, bro, you just left.
Or the person who graduated high school and they're back at like the basketball game and you're like, what's up, my friends?
What's up, my fellow kids?
How do you do?
How do you do, fellow humans? All right, let's talk about this World Series though. And the World Series is set. By the way, what an epic finish to last night's ALCS. That's a top tier Game 7 for me, just in terms of dramatics, in terms of the stakes that were surrounding that baseball game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I thought it was a great Game 7, delivered on all fronts. Just tragic, heartbreaking loss for the Seattle Mariners, up 3-1, and then George Springer homer last night. And George Springer, of course, has been a playoff hero for a lot of years for a lot of Astros teams, and now certainly will be in Blue Jays lore, especially if they go on to win this World Series. But first of all, last night, how'd you guys feel about the game? I feel like that goes up in the top tier for me in lexicon of Game 7s. I don't know how much you guys have in terms of that, but was it more about the Mariners' mistakes last night, or do you feel like the Mariners blew it, or did you feel like the Blue Jays grasped it last night and won an American League championship?
Truth be told, I didn't know. I just have not had my head in the game, and I saw that it was Game 7. I'm like, I didn't know. I thought the Mariners were up 2-0.
Yeah.
What happened? Where was I?
They were up 2-0 after leaving Toronto, and they did not win two more games.
Yeah, I kind of checked out after the Geno Suarez.
Blue Jays won 4 of 5 to close out that series.
That's crazy.
4 of 5 to close out the series.
Man, I think that's a salty run back.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Tanvir? The epic nature of that last night. Did the Blue Jays show you something moving into the World Series, or did the Mariners just blow it?
I mean, for sure. I think the Blue Jays have been very entertaining over these last couple of weeks with how they've been playing. Mariners, I do feel really bad for them for the way that they lost. Like, that is just heart-crushing for a team that's never been. But I did see something to make Mariners fans feel even worse. They're the first team, I think, in MLB history to win 2 games on the road in their first 2 games and then not win the series in the championship series. I saw something like that.
I would check that stat because I do believe it was 3 times it's happened before. They are the 4th team to blow that lead. But I remember reading that stat 2 weeks ago when both teams were up 2-0. I'm sorry to step on you there and correct, but I think it is the 4th time in the instance where the team did not win in terms of it. But I think it's going to be an interesting World Series moving forward. The Blue Jays just certainly have the gravitas for the dramatic, especially when they're at home in terms of it. I think these players have certainly woken up to the idea of being a team that can find the clutch hits when they need to. They showed that they can really, I think better than anybody, hit to the opposite field as an offense and really just keep the line moving in some games in terms of it. The pitching has shown up when it has, and the bullpen has showed up when it has. And there is something interesting about this series, which is the teams that have had the rest usually do not pan out in this World Series as well. The momentum of coming off of that game when you go to Game 7 generally leads to you being the team that is going to be successful moving into the Fall Classic. So on this premise, the Dodgers clearly seem like the team that has, I would say, more talent. Their pitching has been absolutely phenomenal. Best since 2012 Tigers. But I said this to Tanvir. What happened to those 2012 Tigers? Absolutely destroyed by the Giants in a 4-game sweep in the World Series.
Ooh.
Because I think the Tigers had a lot of rest from the World Series to the ALCS, and then the Panda happened, and he had 3 home runs off of Justin Verlander, and that series was done. That series was done.
I think getting out of your routine kind of has a lot to do with that, because it's like, if the Dodgers are going to be playing on what, like 4 days?
They last played on Friday. They will play 7 days later.
Yeah, so they've been sitting for a week.
Yeah,
like not playing baseball.
They will have sat for a week in terms of not playing, and I think of the psychology of how this baseball series will look, and we'll get to our 5-5 here momentarily when we get to it. But I just wonder, the Dodgers have been so effective at pitching, but sometimes when you have the layoff of pitching, it's hard to find a release point in pitching and find the pitches you've had in real game situations, and because the guys can do the mound work and everything like that, and BP and all those things, and do their bullpens and all that stuff, but you don't get the adrenaline of that when you're doing that in practice form. When you get the adrenaline of pitching in a Game 1, your pitches are going to feel different in that aspect. And I don't know if the Dodgers can reclaim that feel to it, and that's the key to it, is like, who is going to continue their sustained success? Because while you pitched great through the first, I should say, 8 games of this postseason, I worry for the Dodgers, if you're a Dodger fan, that they can recapture the success of the mound that has put them into this position so far.
Yeah, I have been saying, regardless of what we want to say about the starting pitching, my biggest concern is still the bullpen. The
bullpen is not reared its ugly head just quite yet.
It's
there.
It's getting by, I would say.
Has Tanner Scott arrived yet?
Oh, good Lord. Don't even tell me. I mean, they've had moments in the Phillies series and in this Brewers series where it's been a little shaky, but they've gotten out of it. And I feel like against Toronto, that's not going to happen. Like,
Toronto will make you pay.
Exactly. And I think up and down that lineup, you got guys that can get on base. And if the Dodgers are going to win this series, it's going to have to be through elite offense. And we saw it in the last game, Shohei Ohtani going 3 home runs. And I'm not going to say he's going to replicate that sort of performance, but you're going to have to see this Dodgers team get a lot of runs in this game. As simple as that is to say, we'll see how that works out for them. And I do have the actual stat that I was referring to earlier. It's the Mariners are the first team to lose a best-of-7 LCS after winning the first 2 games on the road.
Okay.
So it was basically what I said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is your take on the series? Blue Jays, Dodgers. What excites you most about it?
Good baseball. I mean, I have no horse in this fight.
Is it Drake versus Lamar? Is that the fun part about it?
No, it's like my mom's boyfriend against like my old manager because he's like a big like Dodgers fan, and my old manager's a butthole.
Say it lightly.
And I like my mom's boyfriend a little bit more, so I'm like, yeah, go Blue Jays.
Go Jays.
Go Burbs.
I think, hey, Dodger fans shouldn't give me too much grief. I was on their side last year. I was very much on their side, but because an enemy of an enemy is my friend. But the Blue Jays are not my enemy. I am firmly on Canada's side. I will be. By the way, on our show, I will be singing "O Canada" every game of the World Series. We will be playing "O Canada." I'll have the lyrics in front of me. If we want to do that every show, starting this Friday,
it's got to be a cappella.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Oh man,
so
I can't wait.
I'll be requiring. Game 4 is Tuesday. Asa, you down to join in the
I'm down.
Canada festivities?
Yeah, dude.
So we'll be doing that on my show because it's my show.
I'll join in.
All right. Let's do our 5 at 5. Let's do a little rapid fire 5 at 5. The 5 at 5 is the 5 most important players, impact players for the upcoming World Series, in our opinion. So we'll see. Probably a lot of crossover here, but let's get into it here now.
It's time now for Phil's 5 at 5.
I haven't done one of these in a while.
Been a minute.
Gotta get to riding a bike. It's quite simply what it explains, and we'll start with number
5.
That's right. And why don't I go first? We'll do that. I think Blake Snell is going to be the guy who could set the tone for that pitching. I said the pitching concerns. If the Dodgers can't pitch, then they're dead to rights in this World Series. But if Blake Snell can set the tone on the pitching side of things and have an effective outing like he did in Game 1, I mean, as masterful of a performance he had in Game 1, one of the all-time pitching performances, you could argue. I think he is certainly one to step up in terms of it, and he is, I think, verifiably the ace right now for the Dodgers in this postseason run. So Blake Snell sits at number 5 for me. Let's go to Asa next.
So I did all mine off of vibes, as I often do. I'm going to put this one here because he's the only one that doesn't have any notes next to his name. Freddie Freeman.
All right.
I just need him to. I feel like he's going to be important. I don't know how yet, but he will be.
Was important last year, certainly. What you got, Tanvir?
Yeah, I got Roki Sasaki at number 5. I think that he has provided some sort of spark in the 9th inning for this bullpen, and he's clearly the guy that is going to have to be the bullpen guy for this team moving forward. I think Toronto's offense thriving late in games is going to get tested for Roki. So give me Roki at number 5.
Roki's a good call.
Number 4.
I got Freddie Freeman here, so I'm kind of on the same alignment with you, but it's just a matter of the moments right now for Freddie in terms of it. He's been a little, hit or miss right now in the postseason, right? He had a home run in this last NLCS, I do believe, in terms of it. But we'll see where he kind of fares in this series for me. But Freddie has had a big impact for the Dodgers in these moments. He showed up in the biggest moment last year and maybe one of the biggest Dodger home runs since Kirk Gibson, obviously, to beat the Yankees in Game 1. I don't know if he can repeat a moment like that in this World Series, but it's key for him to get on base, key for him to get the Dodger train rolling if the Dodgers are going to have an impactful series. So put me at Freddie Freeman here at number 4.
I'm going to butcher his last name. Trey Savage.
Trey Savage. I like it.
And or Max Scherzer and or whoever starts for the Blue Jays Game 1. Because I think part of the way to get success against this Dodgers team is pitch well, have just a good starting performance from your, in Game 1, come out with a win, obviously, and put a little bit of pressure on this Dodgers team.
You are throwing out Kevin Gausman Game 1, by the way. So,
dang.
No, you're good.
I Googled it. I'm like, who's going to start Game 1? And then, I think Google was like,
Savage had it too. Savage is at Game 2.
Okay.
Hey, old man Scherzer, man, against his former Dodgers throw out a tribute video for Max Scherzer for the half season he played in LA.
5th inning. Just
Fifth inning, picture of a dog.
Thank you. Thank you, Max Scherzer.
With 2 different color eyes, the dog.
Tamer, you got it for?
I have Teoscar Hernandez. I feel like the big 3 for the Dodgers are obviously Shohei, Freddie, and Mookie. But
Yeah.
I think Teoscar has been the one guy over these last 2 playoff runs that can provide that extra spark for this Dodgers offense. And I think he's been up and down. He's had some really good games, but he's also had some errors as well in this playoff. So I think him, not only offensively but defensively, needs to be really good in this series. So yeah, give me Teoscar.
He's a very dark horse, like World Series MVP guy.
Agreed.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Number 3.
My list is kind of super obvious, but I'm gonna go Vlad. I'm gonna go Vlad at 3. Simply just he has been lights out. Maybe I think the best hitter in the postseason through and through. 6 home runs so far for the Blue Jays postseason run, which is a franchise record at the moment. He certainly feels like he could add more to that situation. Certainly feels like a guy who could hit a couple multi-home run game in this one. A guy who's not afraid to show up for the moment in this one. Seems like it's his time to shine in a series like this. And I don't know if it's introducing himself to the world of people who don't watch baseball every day, but to certainly elevate him to the star level that I think all the other Dodger players are at. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is as good as anybody is out there in terms of how he's played in this postseason. One of the all-time runs, almost like Big Papi-esque in like 07 in my mind. I have him at 3 here. Certainly a prime candidate for World Series MVP, but I have him at number 3.
I have Mookie at number 3.
Okay.
I think I think his bat needs to get a little bit more hot, and he's gonna be an issue. I mean, he's already an issue. Like, you kind of got to pitch around him, but
certainly backing up Shohei in the lineup. We talked it a couple times. The teams have gotten so afraid of Shohei that Mookie has really made him pay in terms of his patience and leading to bases loaded walks, and also in terms of just him able to cash in with an RBI or 2. Xavier, who you got?
Yeah, give me George Springer at number 3. He's obviously the veteran leadoff presence for this team, and him having the experience of being able to play in a World Series, I think is going to help Toronto a lot. You obviously saw his power in the last game where he had that 3-run home run. His clutch factor. I think the clutch factor is the biggest thing for him because I feel like he's just been clutch in the playoffs for a very, very long time. And I think that him being the leadoff guy for this roster against a very good pitching rotation for this Dodgers team can help them out a lot. So, yeah, give me Springer at 3.
Number 2.
Shohei. And Shohei showed up in game 4 for the NLCS, and Shohei is certainly finding his groove in the pitching department as well, but he needs to show up again for the Dodgers to keep rolling how they are rolling right now in this postseason. Certainly it looks like he could match up with Scherzer in game 4 in LA. Shohei Ohtani, who, outside of his massive game on Friday, it hasn't felt like Shohei has totally been there big time in the postseason just yet. We're waiting on the big actual Shohei winning the World Series moment, and I think that's what's left for him to do in order for him to cement himself, obviously, as maybe the number 1 guy in baseball at this moment. So Shohei Ohtani could certainly go nuclear in this World Series, and that could be the reason why the Dodgers win. We're still waiting on that, and that's why I have him at number 2.
I got Vladdy at number 2. I think he needs to stay hot. I mean, it's really, really I think it's really nice to have a consistently good bat just in your lineup. I mean, especially if he's going to be batting leadoff. I mean, that's the whole point. But I mean, 6 home runs, franchise record, like in the postseason for the Blue Jays, like that's indispensable.
Absolutely. Good pick.
I'm going to cheat here a little bit, and I have a tie for second place.
Okay.
I have Vlad and I have Blake Snell both tied. I think Vlad is clearly like the best hitter for Toronto, and if he's hitting like he did in that Yankees series, I think there's not many pitchers that can really stop him. And then on Blake Snell's side of things, he has been absolutely insane in these playoffs, and I think that if he can continue what he has done over the last couple of playoff series, there's, I think, opposite effect. I think Toronto will not be able to score enough runs against him. He's been absolutely insane, and I also think it's pretty cool because the only World Series he's been in was that 2020 series, and if everybody remembers, he was playing amazing against the Dodgers in that playoff game that they lost in to lose the World Series, and he got pulled a little early. So I think he's looking for a little bit of retribution for these World Series.
Absolutely.
Didn't he pitch like 100 pitches like in a postseason game or something like that.
That was it was against Milwaukee, right? In game 1.
Oh, in game 1, yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
and then Yamamoto had a complete game. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, crazy.
Number 1.
I'm picking George Springer.
Oh,
George Springer is my number 1. People go back to 2017. George Springer was a World Series MVP. Now, albeit maybe through the help and benefit of trash cans in the dugout, but regardless, Dodger fans certainly have no love lost for George Springer. I wonder what he will embrace in terms of his villainous return to Los Angeles. Dodger fans will certainly let him have it, and I think he's ready to embrace that. And sometimes you don't want to poke the bear with George Springer in terms of his postseason ability. I think there's an X factor there in terms of his history with the Dodgers and how much he has really been a thorn in that side of the Dodgers in the World Series when those Astros and Dodger teams matched up. He's ready to continue that reign of terror potentially. I think he is the key player with the leadoff position in this Blue Jays lineup to set the tone early for Toronto to potentially win a World Series. This is game 1 in Toronto, by the way, and that is where you have the emotional advantage in this World Series as well, and George Springer should certainly be the one who sets the tone to start.
Homer pick probably, or super obvious pick, Shohei. I tell Steph all the time, especially when it comes to like the playoffs and stuff, it's about getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
Shohei during the whole playoffs, I think, has been batting like low hundreds or something like that. And then, what was it, blast like 3 home runs in like game 4 against the Brewers. If he can stay hot, and it's if and only if he can stay hot. Even if he's not hot, pitchers are so scared of him that they pitch around him.
Yeah.
So it's like, congrats, lead off walk.
Good pick. What do we got, Tanvir? Close it out.
Yeah, I think for me, it's obvious. It's obviously Shohei Ohtani, but I think the reason that I have him at number 1 is I don't think there's another player in this series where if they are playing absolutely lights out, the other team has zero chance. If Shohei Ohtani is playing lights out in this series, I think Toronto has zero chance to win because of the pitching aspect and how much of an elite hitter he can be when he's on fire. So, yeah, give me Shohei at number 1.
It's a good pick. Good pick. Good lists for the World Series here.
That was Phil's 5 at 5.
And aces and 10 beers. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we close out the show next on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
It's football season, and your headquarters for game day gear is at the Sports Station. Check out their new location next to Women's Macy's inside Fashion Fair Mall. From official NFL jerseys, hats, and accessories for the 49ers, Cowboys, Raiders, and Rams to Fresno State apparel that shows your hometown pride, the Sports Station has it all. Whether you're cheering on the pros or repping the dogs, get the licensed merchandise you need to look game ready. Gear up now at the Sports Station next to Women's Macy's inside Fashion Fair Mall.
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
For 80 years, Fresno Pacific University has been shaping the heart and soul of California as the Central Valley's only accredited Christian university. Today, our deep faith roots and pride in our community drive us to provide affordable, career-relevant education that transforms the lives of our students and the communities they serve. Discover your calling through over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs offered on campus or fully online. Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at fpu.edu.
On game day, don't just settle for weak snacks. You go big, like a boss. The Butcher Boss brings you the kickoff platter, stacked high with man-sized, fully cooked meats. Tender sliced tri-tip, fall off the bone, pork spare ribs, smoked sausage, fiery jalapeno poppers, already sliced, already prepped. This Sunday, don't just watch the game, own it with a kickoff platter from the Butcher Boss. So call today to pre-order yours. The Butcher Boss, 41 south of Riverstone.
Fall has arrived at Patrick James, where style meets tradition. Come in and see the latest items from the brands you love. Peter Millar, Robert Graham, Faraday, and True Grit, just to name a few. Stop by and experience our brand new shop-in-shops featuring Johnny O and the very first Martin Dingman shop west of the Rockies. Discover finely crafted apparel, exceptional service, and a locally owned store that's been serving the Valley for generations. Patrick James, where looking your best begins this fall.
Hey Fresno, Chris Swart out here, operating partner Jack's Car Wash Companies, located on the southwest corner of Cedar and Shepherd. Don't miss out on this winning combo.
That's right, Jack's Car Wash has a brand new Pepsi and Coke soda fountain, plus a new Keurig coffee station featuring your favorite national brands. Plus, Jack's full detailing is backed by popular demand. Schedule yours today by calling 435-7335.
Jack's Car Wash and ESPN Fresno, the double play of a great car wash and a great broadcast. Let's go Giants!
Fresno, get ready for the flavor you didn't know you were missing. Chopped Cheese Bodega on the northwest corner of Blackstone and Bullard in Fresno, next to the 7-Eleven, is now open and serving up the East Coast classic right here in the Central Valley. From loaded chopped cheese sandwiches to crispy fries and house-made sauces, this is not your average deli. Follow at Chopped Cheese Fresno on Instagram to see the full menu. Real meat, real cheese, real good. Chopped Cheese, Bullard and Blackstone in Fresno.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
At 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Closing out this final hour of our show. 3 hours. I'm loopy, man. It's been a while since we've done 3 hours. Sometimes you got to pace yourself. It's like a marathon runner, right? Asa, you just gotta like pace yourself here.
You're asking me how to run a marathon?
Have you ever run a marathon?
No.
Would you be?
You heard about the guy that invented marathons, right?
No, I haven't.
He died.
Oh, is this a Greek thing?
Yes.
Yeah. What's his name?
Marathon guy.
Marathon guy?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Oh, he's just some messenger guy. He didn't have it. Well, I mean, he had a name, but
I'm going to anger some people. He created a subsection of people and activity and hobby that is
ludicrous.
Quite frankly, the thing I'm least interested about in somebody's personality.
Congrats, you have a 13.1 sticker on your car, or a 26.2.
Tamir, where do you land on people who talk about how they run marathons?
I mean, it's fine. I just like.
He's one of them.
No, definitely not.
He's one of them. Get him.
I only get mad because I got the two cities coming up. I think the two cities is coming up, right? November 2nd.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He's like, so many lanes
I
blocked
live
off.
by there.
Asa legit, it will be blocked out.
I can't leave my house.
You cannot access society.
And I just finished Ghost of Yotei. I'm not going to have anything to do.
Yeah. Play Goat Simulator 3.
Yeah, all right, we're back on.
It's free. It's free in the month of October or something like that. Or just do a complete season run, like a speed run in a college football season.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just do like a complete speed run and, I don't know, make up some rules or something like that. Where do we... By the way, I love fads and I love fashion when it comes to sports. And I love the idea of the tarps off thing that is just invading college football now. And I hope it's a trend that lasts all and permeates all college football, especially potentially our game on Saturday.
Yes.
Hey, so would you join the Tarps Off crew?
I have to.
If it happened.
We were watching like football highlights, and like they showed the Oklahoma State game, like where it started, and Steph was like, if you saw that, like, and there was like 5 people, you would be like, I have to go.
I'm in.
And I would just lose you, and I'd be like, yes, you would. I gotta.
Think of the power you have if you started that trend. If you were that guy that started that trend, like how much ego would you have throughout your rest of your life, knowing you were the guy that started that?
I would need a grippy sock vacation. I would have too much power. Tamir just face palmed.
I don't even know how to respond to what I just
I don't
heard.
either. So that's why we move on.
Ace, I'll go tarps off with you if we go.
Are you down?
If we get that in Fresno State.
Oh, let's do it. Okay,
I'll find you guys there, boys.
Oh,
I am as hairy as a bear. But
Same.
It is.
The vibes are going to be great. Immaculate.
I got to use that.
I have enough hair to treat it like sunblock.
You can't say that.
I mean, especially at a 12:30 kick, I'm going to be solid. Like, who needs a shirt?
Oh, I can't go. I'm working.
You're sick.
No, maybe.
You're sick.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'll look for you both.
Get a case of laryngitis, and then we'll see you there. You'll be fine. Speaking of Fresno State, how are we feeling about this game coming up on Saturday? Just real quick, just quick on the vibes check. Vibes check for Saturday. Did we do a full body cleanse? I think of the football team. They just kind of did that 24-hour fasting away from football. Just purge the system of that game on Friday last week, 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was. How do we feel? Clearly, the opponent is a high-caliber opponent, and that's what makes me incredibly nervous about this game. But outside of that, are we feeling better from the bye week, worse from the bye week? Or are we just kind of sitting in your own bleep in terms of how this team performed?
I'm kind of still sitting in my own bleep a little bit. I feel like this is like a make or break game, for basically the rest of the season. I think this dictates how the rest of the season is going to go.
Okay.
This might be a little bit drastic, but
little dramatic, but that's fine. You have your opinion, and that's fair.
Thank you,
Tanvir. Where?
I don't know about make or break, but for me, I think I would have a clear sense of where my expectations lie with this team. Like, if we lose this game, then I'm not really thinking Mountain West Championship at that point, right?
Okay.
But if we win this game, Mountain West Championship's right
Very
there.
much on the table.
The Mountain West champion. Let's be honest with you ourselves. The Mountain West Championship is in front of the Fresno State Bulldogs at this moment.
Right.
They control their own destiny to play in the Mountain West Championship if they win the rest of their games. Is that possible? Who knows? Is it something that can be attainable? If they play clean football, which they have yet to do this season, and to me, sometimes there's a critical element of if you're asking for clean football and you have not gotten it through 7 weeks and 7 games of football, then maybe it's just not there. They are the characteristic of the football team at this moment. And so while I want this team to do better in terms of the performance, I sit there and say, maybe they are who they are. And that's just where I'm at. But that can all be proven wrong after a bye week on a Saturday at 12:30 in a blackout on homecoming. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you this. The fans have no damn excuse to leave the game early.
Nope.
On Saturday. And if they do leave early, I'm raining fire on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
I am raining fire.
A little bit of a tidbit.
Yeah.
That's my birthday.
Oh,
hey.
Happy almost birthday.
Thank you.
Happy almost birthday, Tanvir. We'll celebrate it for sure. All right. Well, let's say goodbye. Lakers and Warriors is coming up in about 45 minutes or so. Thank you for listening to the show, guys. Good job by you. Good job by you.
Thank you.
Good job, Phil.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back 3 more hours tomorrow. Should be a good one. Stay with us. Lakers Warriors coming up in a little bit here on 1430 ESPN.
This fall.